Live on a Wednesday night, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey, as it's the opener of a three-game series as the Grizzlies take on the Kansas City Mavericks. Hi, everybody. I'm Tyson Whiting. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies hockey. It's the 8th of 10 regular season meetings between the clubs. Utah's 3-4 against Kansas City this year, but the Grizzlies have won 3 of their last 4 games against the Mavericks. Well, the Grizzlies on Sunday afternoon picked up a victory as they ended their 5-game losing streak. It was a 3-1 score against the Allen Americans, as the Grizzlies got goals from Luke Manning, Matt Araujo, and an empty netter from Keaton Mastrodonato. And Jake Barczewski was outstanding in net as he saved 47 of 48. Barczewski picked up his team-leading 11th victory of the season, and he will be at net for the Grizzlies tonight against Kansas City. Luke Manning's been outstanding for the Grizzlies as of late, as he has a point in 5 straight games. Keaton Mastrodonato has a goal in 3 straight games for the Grizzlies. And Bradley Wood's been outstanding in his first full season as a pro. Wood has a point in 6 of his last 7 games. Utah in particular has had great performances all season from 2 rookies, Bradley Wood and Reed Webster. Wood is currently tied for 7th among league rookies with 43 points on the year. Wood has 19 goals and 24 assists, and Wood is currently tied with Neil Shea for the club lead with 19 goals each. Reed Webster has also had a solid rookie campaign as he has led the Grizzlies in points since February 1st with 21, where he has 9 goals and 12 assists. Webster is currently 3rd on the club with 17 goals, and he's 5th with 37 points. So watch out for Webster and Wood. Luke Manning is also in his first full season as a pro. He's been outstanding as of late. We mentioned the 5-game point scoring streak. Manning is a +8 in his last 21 games. No doubt Mick Messner will be in the Grizzlies lineup tonight. The captain will extend his consecutive game playing streak to 140 games. Watch out for Derek Daschke as well. He is 5th among league defensemen with 47 points this season, and he is tied for 2nd with 14 goals. According to social media, Daschke leads the league in minutes per game at 26.41. Grizzlies are facing a tough Kansas City Mavericks club. Kansas City is in first place in the Mountain Division with a record of 39, 16, 4, and 1. They have 83 standings points on the year. Kansas City is 6 points ahead of Tahoe, as the Night Monsters are currently in 2nd place with 77 points. Grizzlies, who you mentioned, have won 3 of their last 4 games against Kansas City. Matt Araujo scored the game winner with about 5 minutes left in regulation as Utah got a 3-2 victory at Kansas City. That's the last time these teams have met. Interestingly enough, Araujo picked up the game winner in the second period on Sunday, and that gave Utah a 2-0 lead. Both teams had 1 goal in the third period. In 18 of Utah's 20 victories this season, the Grizzlies have scored 4 or more goals. In each of the 2 games that the Grizzlies have won when scoring less than 4, the game-winning goal was scored by Matt Araujo each time. Araujo's got 2 professional goals, and they've both been game winners for the Grizzlies. And on both occasions, the Grizzlies ended up with 3 goals on the night. Utah won 3-2 at Kansas City on February 28th. And this past Sunday, the Grizzlies got a 3-1 victory over the Allen Americans. It's game 4 of 6 straight on the road for Utah. The Grizzlies are currently 1-1-1 on the road trip. And we'll see what happens here this evening as the Grizzlies begin a 3-game series against Kansas City. The series will be Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday night. Friday will be at 6 o'clock, and Saturday will be at 5 p.m. There's 11 games left in the regular season. 6 of them are away from Mavericks Center. The Grizzlies have 5 home games left in the 2024-25 season. When we come back, we'll go over the lineups for both teams. We're in business on a Wednesday night, and you're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, trailers, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Out.
Welcome back to the Grizzlies Hockey Network. I'm Tyson Whiting. Face-offs in about 10 minutes from now. We don't know who the starters are, but let's go over the lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Utah Grizzlies, who currently have a record of 20, 33, 6-2. Utah's won just as many games at home as they have on the road. Utah's 10, 17, 2-1 on the road this season. Getting the start in net is Jake Barczewski. He saved 47 of 48 in Sunday afternoon's 3-1 victory over the Allen Americans. The 47 saves are a career high in a pro game for Barczewski. He played last season at the University of Michigan. Before that, spent 4 years at Canisius College. Barczewski is a break-even goaltender in terms of the win-loss column. He's got a record of 11, 11, 2-1. He has a .901 save percentage and 3.57 goals against average. Barczewski is 6'1" and 180 pounds. The backup goaltender celebrating a birthday today is Vinny Duplessis. So Barczewski will get the start in net. Last season, he played at the University of Michigan. Interestingly enough, there is a connection with Kansas City starting goaltender. We'll get to that in a couple minutes. We mentioned we don't know the starters yet for either team, but we do know the Grizzlies will roll with 12 forwards and 6 defensemen. The first defensive pairing for the Grizzlies will be Derek Daschke and Cooper Jones. Daschke has 14 goals and 33 assists in 54 games this year, and he leads the league in minutes per game. And Cooper Jones has 4 goals in the Grizzlies uniform this season. Second defensive pairing is Garrett Pike and Luke LeMaster. Pike has 8 assists in 8 games for the Grizzlies. LeMaster is making his 6th professional appearance. The third defensive pairing is Matt Araujo, who was Sunday's hero of sorts, as he scored the game winner late in the second period in Utah's 3-1 victory. And he's going to be paired up with Andres Kulbis Marino. It'll be the first time he's faced Kansas City. Kulbis Marino played at Long Island University earlier this season, and he is in his 6th professional game. The defensive scratches for the Grizzlies include Christian Hausinger, as well as Lincoln Earn, Cade Jensen, and Cody Corbett. The forwards for the Grizzlies, unfortunately, we don't know the starters yet, but we do know that the top forward line on Ryan Kanasewicz's lineup card from left to right is Reed Webster, along with the captain Mick Messner and Dylan Fitz. Second forward line from left to right is Keaton Mastrodonato, and he's lined up with Riley Connors and Griffin Ness. The third forward line for the Grizzlies from left to right is Craig Armstrong with Luke Manning and Briley Wood. All 3 of those forwards have played well. Armstrong had 1 assist on Sunday. The fourth forward line from left to right is Braden Nicoletz with Aaron Aragon and Tyson Upper. Earlier today, the Grizzlies claimed forward Josh Thrower from waivers from the Kansas City Mavericks. He played in 42 games with Kansas City earlier this season and had 2 assists and 67 penalty minutes. Thrower's a big guy at 6'2" and 225 pounds. He is not in the Grizzlies lineup. Adam Berg is also out tonight. He has appeared in 40 games this season. Neil Shea is also out with an upper body injury, and Reed Stark is also out of the Grizzlies lineup, and Blake Wells has been out since opening night. So that's the lineup for the Utah Grizzlies. And now for the Kansas City Mavericks, who are led by Tad O'Had, the 6-year head coach. Kansas City's got a record of 39, 16, 4-1. They are 17, 8, 2-1 at the friendly confines of Cable Dahmer Arena. Utah is 1-1 against Kansas City over at Cable Dahmer Arena this season. We mentioned there's a connection with the goaltenders. For Kansas City, it's going to be Noah West making the start. This will be his 3rd professional appearance. West played at Ferris State University this season. He's a native of Indiana. Noah West is 6'2" and 185 pounds. He's 24 years old. Before this season, he was the backup goaltender at Michigan University for 3 seasons. And obviously, he was a teammate with Jake Barczewski during the 2023-24 campaign, where Barczewski was the starting goaltender and Noah West was the backup. So Noah West will get the start. He'll be wearing number 60. It's his third game as a pro, and it's his first against the Grizzlies. Unfortunately, once again, well, it looks like we do now have the starters for both teams. Before we get to Kansas City starters, let's go over the Grizzlies starting lineup. The starting forwards are the line of Craig Armstrong, Luke Manning, and Briley Wood. The starting defensive pairing is Garrett Pike and Luke Lamaster, and Jake Barczewski will get the start in net. For the Kansas City Mavericks, we mentioned Noah West is the starting goaltender. The starting defensive pairing is Justin McPherson, who's a plus 13 this year. McPherson has 8 goals and 24 assists in 59 games, and he'll be paired up with Marcus Crawford, who this season is a plus 13, and Crawford in 56 games has 7 goals and 29 assists. So McPherson and Crawford are the starting defensive pairing for Kansas City. Second defensive pairing will be Nate Konepke, and he'll be paired up with Drake Burgeon. Burgeon's in his 4th game as a pro. The third defensive pairing is Thomas Farrell and Jimmy Mazza. One of the notable scratches for Kansas City tonight is defenseman Jake McLaughlin, who's a plus 33 this season. Starting forwards for Kansas City include Luke Loheit, who's wearing number 8. Loheit has 11 goals and 16 assists in 53 games. David Cotton will also get a start. Cotton is the Kansas City captain. He missed Sunday's victory against Greenville as he was serving a 1-game suspension. Cotton has 15 goals and 20 assists in 42 games. And Nolan Sullivan's also going to be in the starting lineup. Sullivan in 57 games has 7 goals and 14 assists. Public enemy number 1 among Grizzlies fans is Cade Borchard. The superstar for Kansas City is currently up in the AHL. Grizzlies fans are certainly happy about that. Borchard in 7 games against the Grizzlies this year has 9 goals and 8 assists. Also out of the Kansas City lineup is Max Andreoff, who's also given the Grizzlies all sorts of fits this season. Andreoff in 7 games against the Grizzlies has 5 goals and 3 assists. So the good news for the Grizzlies, they're not going to see the dynamic duel of Cade Borchard and Max Andreoff. They will see Zach Trott in the lineup for Kansas City. Trott has 1 goal and 4 assists in 6 games. Damian Giroux is a plus 22 this year for Kansas City, and he's been a key forward. And also watch out for Landon McCallum, who has 14 goals and 20 assists and a plus 5 rating. So that's a lineup, and on Flow Sports, you can see the projected lines for Kansas City. Trott, Giroux, and McCallum are going to be the top forward line for Kansas City. Watch out for them. And their second forward line is going to be Chase Brand, who's out there with Owen Cole. Cole's making his professional debut. Cole played at UMass Lowell, and certainly a big night for him as this is his first pro game. And Cole is also going to be lined up with Casey Carew. I mentioned Borchard and Andreoff having a lot of success against the Grizzlies this year. Carew in 7 games against Utah this season has 1 goal, 10 assists, and a plus 11 rating. So it should be a ton of fun. Grizzlies are taking on the Kansas City Mavericks in the opener of a 3-game series. It's tonight as well as Friday and Saturday evenings. Jake Barczewski was the star of stars for the Grizzlies on Sunday as he saved 47 of 48. What can Barczewski do for an encore here this evening? When we come back, we'll have face-off on the other side. You've been listening to the pregame report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and up.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
It's a great night for hockey as 2 big standings points are on the line as Utah Grizzlies take on the Kansas City Mavericks for the 8th time this season. Utah's 3-4 against Kansas City, but the Grizzlies have won 3 of their last 4 games against the Mavericks. Well, the Grizzlies are mathematically eliminated from the postseason. There's 11 games left in the regular year. And for the Grizzlies, they're looking to find a way to end the 2024-25 season on the winning note. The starting forward line is going to be Armstrong, Manning, and Wood, but I'm really looking forward to the second forward line, and that is Keaton Mastrodonato with Riley Connors and Griffin Ness. If we're talking about strong first impressions, Riley Connors has certainly made that. He made his pro debut on Friday night in Wichita, and he had 1 assist. Connors got in his first pro fight on Sunday, and he won it with ease against Cameron Nault. And Griffin Ness has been outstanding for the Grizzlies as he has an assist in 2 of his 3 games. Grizzlies tonight are wearing a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. Kansas City is wearing a mostly white jersey with orange in the middle of the jersey, white numbers, white letters in the back with black trim. Luke Lohheit, one of 3 forwards for Kansas City to get the start. He's got 11 goals in 53 games this year. Nolan Sullivan will take the opening draw against Utah's Luke Manning. We ask for a little bit of patience if you're tuned in on YouTube, as unfortunately I am at the mercy of the one-camera feed on Flow Sports. And off the opening draw, Sullivan's kicked out, and Luke Lohheit will take the draw for the Mavericks. And the face-off won by Utah. The Grizz skate from left to right, or from right to left, as we attempt to see the game on Flow Sports. Kansas City is moving from our left to our right. As the Grizzlies have the puck in the offensive zone, Wood cycles it to Manning behind the net. Manning throws it off the side of the net. He battles with Nolan Sullivan, and the puck will slide towards Noah West, who covers up as we get our first whistle 18 seconds into the game. Noah West, who last season was Jake Barczewski's backup at the University of Michigan. He had a solid year, including 2 shutouts at Ferris State University. Sullivan wins the draw as Mavericks are in their own zone, skating from left to right. Big time hit, but it's a Grizzly that goes down over in the right corner. As Grizzlies out, or the Mavericks out to center ice, they step over the line 3-on-3. Now the Mavericks get it back in neutral ice. The pass was behind a forward. Kansas City gets towards center ice, and they'll zip it ahead for Sullivan off his stick. And the puck slides back towards the Kansas City line. Mavericks make their first line change of the game. Grizzlies will switch up defensemen as well. As Griffin Ness enters the ice in his first shift wearing number 61. As the puck goes towards the right corner deep in the Grizzlies zone, but everybody stops skating as we get a whistle 49 seconds in. Zach Trott has been a guy that the cameras over in Kansas City have followed quite a bit. Trott's had a good start to his pro career for the Mavericks, wearing number 23. In 6 pro games, he has 1 goal and 4 assists. Riley Connors, we mentioned him. He was a captain at Yale University during the 2023-24 season. He played at St. Lawrence University. He will take the draw as it's won by Kansas City, though. Mavericks get over the offensive line. Left circle, McCallum drops it off. Left side, lefty shot. Glove saved by Barczewski, and he stops play 57 seconds in. As one of the linesmen takes the puck away from Barczewski's glove. So Mavericks had a pretty good look. McCallum teed it up towards the left circle, and the shot was taken by, I believe, Casey Carew. Carew's got 20 goals and 28 assists on the year. So Mavericks take the first shot of the game. It was a glove stop by Jake Barczewski about chest high. Connors will take the drop. It's won by Utah. The Grizzlies will sprint out to neutral ice. Grizzlies cross center. Mastrodonato will whip it in. West wearing the number 60 will throw it towards the near corner. As the Mavericks will tap it off the near wall. Kansas City's got good team speed. Damian Drew zips it to his right. Mavericks drop it back for Drew. He'll take a left wing lefty shot that goes wide. Puck slides back into the Mavericks zone. Jimmy Mazza, number 77, races after it. He gets around his net towards the far side. Now he stops on a dime as he was being shadowed by Riley Connors. Mavericks get a hot pass out to McCallum, who nudges it ahead. Kansas City crosses center ice. Dumping it in is Damian Drew, who's a plus 22 this season. Drew's got 1 game of NHL experience with the Minnesota Wild. Grizzlies sprint out towards center ice. Messner overskates it. Puck lifts in the air. Messner gets it back at the Kansas City line. He'll throw it in. It glanced off a Kansas City stick as the Mavericks will push it out to center ice. Mavericks enter from the left wing. They skate towards left circle. Lefty shot. Saved by Barczewski. And he holds on as we get another whistle as there's 18:06. That's the time remaining first period. Well, it's just the start of things, so grab some chips and dip in a beverage of your choice and enjoy part of Wednesday with us. Kansas City is one of those teams. They do a pretty good job of the transition game, and we've already seen it a couple times. Get that strong outlet pass to Neutrice, and they really turn defense into offense just like that. Messner will take the draw against Nathan Dunkley. Dunkley's in his 4th pro games. The Mavericks, kind of like the Grizzlies, have had quite a few college and junior hockey players come over the last couple weeks. As Grizzlies get it with Matt Araujo, he's got 2 game winners for the Grizzlies this season. Over to Lebster, across to Kulbis Marino, back to Araujo in front of Barczewski's net. As Araujo will toss it towards his left to Fitz. Fitz whips it across to Kulbis Marino, who outlets it from blue line to blue line. Grizzlies skate towards the right corner. Messner gets pinned along the boards. Kansas City skates around west net towards the near side. They get caught off. Kansas City will skate back towards the far side. Mavericks will cross center ice. Grizzlies back defensively. Mavericks will dump it in. Barczewski stays in front of his net. Pike hustles after it behind Barczewski's net. He'll nudge it towards the far side. Grizzlies will whip it towards the left wing. At center ice, Lebster will drive it into the right corner as the Grizzlies make a full line change. Utah will hustle after the puck in the left corner. It goes to Kansas City first. Hustling after there was Tyson Upper in his first shift of the game. Mavericks whip a cross-ice pass angle right. It goes off the stick of Owen Cole. Cole's in his pro debut. He played at UMass Lowell. The Grizzlies will drive it in from center ice. West will feed it towards the near corner. It bounced off one of the referees. Utah towards the left corner gets held up. As joining the play, Braden Nicolettes throws it back to the corner he vacated. Kansas City takes it away. Both teams trying to utilize their speed early on. Mavericks towards the left wing, get to center ice. It bounced off the stick. Cooper Jones will direct it back to center ice as it goes into the Mavericks zone. Kansas City will whip an angle right pass. That goes past everybody, including number 8, Luke Lowhite. Puck goes deep into the Grizzlies zone. Jones gets held up behind the net. Wrap around, centering pass. Shot is blocked away by Barczewski. Kansas City has the back in the right corner. They skate from left to right here in the period. Utah knocks them down. Grizzlies outlet to center ice. Briley Wood will shuffle his feet. He'll skate over the offensive zone as he'll stomp in the left point as he gets double teamed on a hit by Lowhite and Drake Burgeon. Burgeon, number 26, one of 6 defensemen Furtado had tonight. As left point, Manning zips it around the boards. Wood over in the right corner lets it go towards the right point. Wood gets cut off. The puck slides back to Neutrice. Dashke accepts it as he'll skate back towards the Utah line. Dashke will whip it across to Jones. Jones angles a pass left from blue line to Manning. Manning at the Kansas City line dumps it in deep. Wood gets held up in the left corner as Masha Donato delivers a hit. Kansas City will carry the puck out to center ice. Grizzlies back defensively, 2-on-3. Kansas City will dump it in. Barczewski will get it towards Araujo, who's got good speed. He'll tap it off the far boards. Kansas City gets spun around in the left circle. Araujo gets it back. He'll advance it to Masha Donato. The Maestro will throw it towards the left corner as the puck gets some air under it. And the Grizzlies get called for icing with 15-18 left in the first. There's a lot of interesting action going on. Both teams looking for the long-range feed, but both clubs have been pretty disciplined here defensively to start things. Kansas City's playing a lot of rookies. In fact, 8 skaters and goaltender Noah West are in their first season as a pro. The Grizzlies are playing quite a few rookies. In fact, Utah's got 12 rookies in the lineup tonight, 11 skaters, and Jake Barczewski, the starting goaltender. Utah wins the draw as Grizzlies towards the far corner lose the puck. We're skating 5-on-5. Kansas City up top. They'll whip it across. Right point, Jimmy Mazza looking for a righty shot. It's blocked by Masha Donato. Left wing shot saved by Barczewski. Rebound shot saved by Barczewski again. As Kansas City towards the right point as they'll cycle it around. Puck in the right corner. Kansas City gets towards the right circle pass behind a Maverick, but Kansas City accepts the puck over in the right corner as Mavericks get it over to the left circle. Righty shot. That one's blocked away. Barczewski might have gotten a piece of it. Mavericks have taken the first 3 shots of the game. Kansas City zips it around the boards. Barczewski stays in front of his net before it got to Jimmy Mazza. Mavericks will reverse it back towards the far side. Grizzlies will clear it to center ice. Kansas City plays it, but I think they should be called for too many. The Mavericks played the puck. They're in the middle of a line change. It looked like the Mavericks got away with one. Kansas City throws a centering pass. It glanced off a stick. Now the Mavericks with the lefty shot saved by Barczewski. Shot was taken about 5 feet in front of the crease. Mavericks get it up top. Marcus Crawford will throw it to the middle of the ice. Mavericks take a lefty shot that goes wide as they miss the net stick side on Barczewski. Ness gets spun around with number 16, Nathan Dunkley. Dunkley's in his 4th pro game. As David Cotton feeds up top. Crawford will fire it in deep off the Grizzlies' backboards. Barczewski will clear it towards the near wing wall, but not out. Now the Grizzlies lift it over Crawford's head. No icing on the play. Grizzlies make a much-needed line change. 13:48 and counting left in the first, still no score. Mavericks have taken the first 5 shots on goal. Fitz over to the far side, battles, still toss it off the far glass, goes to the left point, kept in. Mavericks get it in deeper. Now the puck goes back towards the far wing boards. Fitz gets it, no carry it across center ice. Fitz will drop it towards the left point for Lebster, try to get it back towards the cutting Fitz. Fitz got his stick held up and he couldn't accept the puck. Out to center ice, puck off of Jones's stick, now to the right side, lefty shot. And that one is blocked away by Barczewski. Might have gotten a piece of the right blocker. Shot was taken by Owen Cole in his first professional period as he's making his debut tonight. As the battle, puck bounces up a few sticks. Kansas City behind Utah's net. Now they feed it towards the far wing boards. Utah takes it away. 2-on-2. Grizzlies over the offensive line. Utah centers out in front. Grizzlies skated backhand shot. Kick saved by West. Boy, the Grizzlies had a pretty good look, but it's still a scoreless game as the Grizzlies take their first shot on Owen West. Utah up to center ice, gets it to Lebster. Lebster tried to drive it in. Puck glanced off of his stick, and he lets it go on what would have been a delayed offside. Mavericks with a long-range feed that misconnects. Grizzlies chase after it, but Kansas City's called for icing as there's 12:39 left in the first. So Grizzlies had a pretty good chance in the 2-on-1. I couldn't quite tell who that was. I think Lebster was one of the guys on the ice at that point, but the backhand attempt was thwarted by Noah West. Kansas City is averaging 3.6 goals per game this season. They're one of the best offensive teams in the league. Grizzlies are averaging 3.1 goals per game, and they're towards the middle of the pack in the 2019 league. Kansas City wins the draw. They'll get out to neutralize for 7.5 minutes in, still no score. As Mavericks kick it on to Barczewski, who kicks it away. According to the score bug, Grizzlies have yet to take a shot, even though I thought they took one on the backhand attempt on the 2-on-1. As Kansas City gets it towards the left corner there in the offensive zone. As Mavericks try to get it up top towards Thomas Farrell, it's taken away. Grizzlies will carry it from blue line to blue line, and they drive it in. Noah West will throw it towards the right wing boards. As Armstrong gets it to Wood, who takes a righty shot, saved by West. And he holds on as we get a whistle and a stoppage of play with 12 minutes and 1 second left in the first period. Still no score. This is Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Still no scores. There's 12 minutes and 1 second left in the first period. Bradley Wood right now is Utah's lone shot. Nathan Dunkley has 2 shots for Kansas City, and 4 other Mavericks have 1 shot, including Damian Giroux, along with Zach Trott, Thomas Farrell, and Owen Cole. Mavericks win the draw. They skate from left to right as we attempt to see the game on Flow Sports. Grizz from right to left. Kansas City in first place in the Mountain Division will skate across center ice. Cotton dumps it in from just outside the Utah line. Cotton is the Kansas City captain. Grizzlies take it away. Utah to the far goal line. Dashke will pitchfork it ahead. Kansas City will float it back in. Barczewski lets it go towards Jones. Jones behind Barczewski's net. Grizzlies will start the attack with good team speed. Jones will zip it to his left. Grizzlies with a quick cross-ice pass. Angle right to center ice. Utah dumps it in. West behind the net will let Jimmy Mazza play it. Mazza will tap it off the far wing glass. Kansas City accepts it. 2-on-2. Mavericks over the offensive line. Now 3-on-3. Kansas City will fire it off of Utah's backboards. Grizzlies there defensively. Over to the right corner. Kansas City looking to center it. Puck slides all the way towards Barczewski, and he covers up in the crease as he stops play with 11:11 left in the first. So it looks like even though the shot went towards the crease horizontally, they gave him a shot on goal as Barczewski covered up. Kansas City averages 34.2 shots per game. They allow 26.3. And I guess with what we've seen, it looked like Utah has more than 1 shot in Kansas City right there. That puck would have gone nowhere near the net unless it got redirected. They gave the Mavericks a shot in that attempt. Looks like they're cooking the books there in terms of the shot count in Kansas City. Mavericks skate towards the right corner as a Grizzly delivers a hit, and that's Tyson Upper getting physical as he holds up a Maverick over near the right corner. As Grizzlies now, Nicolette's delivers a push on a Maverick. 2-on-2 scrum over in the corner. Upper gets another hit in as Kansas City throws from one corner to the other. Mavericks skate towards the left point. Grizzlies will tap it back to center ice. Good physical shift by the forward line of Nicolette's, Aragon, and Tyson Upper. Grizzlies over the offensive zone. Upper delivers another hit over to the right wing boards. Kansas City gets the puck as they'll slide it towards their right. Mavericks off the right wing boards. Taking his KC Crew, will skate down the middle, veer off to the left. He'll take a lefty shot that goes wide as it glanced off the stick of Colbus Marino. As Nicolette's in the area, puck towards the right wing. Grizzlies will tap it off the glass. Nicolette's will chase after as the puck slides in the Kansas City zone. Over to the near side, it's taken by Marcus Crawford. The back of his jersey is folded up a little bit, but I believe that is Crawford taking it. As he'll drop it, Mavericks will throw it in, does Drake Burgeon, number 26. Now Kansas City down the middle of the ice will take a shot that misses wide. Kansas City gets blasted towards the right wing boards as the Grizzlies have been physical here in the first half of this first period. Utah around center ice, but it's Kansas City that takes control of the puck. Burgeon back to the near side. He'll zip it towards the Kansas City bench. Pass goes tape to tape. Mavericks try to drop it off and overskated it. Utah gets the Lepster left wing. Utah's over the attack line as Lepster left point. He'll take a shot saved by West. Kansas City will clear it all the way out. And it's going to be icing on the Mavericks as we get a whistle with 9:29 left in the first. Kansas City so far has outshot Utah 9-1. I mentioned all the rookies that the Grizzlies have. It'd be quicker to name the non-rookies that are in the Grizzlies lineup tonight. There are 7 of them. They include Derek Dashke, Keaton Mastrodonato. Both of those guys are in their second full seasons as a pro. Same as the case with Mick Messner. Dylan Fitz has played in over 300 pro games, including over 200 as a Grizzly. Also in there is Aaron Aragon in his second full season as a pro. Luke Manning's in his first full season. There's going to be a penalty on Kansas City as the Grizzly got held up in new tries after the draw. And Cooper Jones in his second pro campaign as well. Actually, he's been a pro for more than 2 years. Kansas City will touch it up. Grizzlies will be on the power play when we come back. 9 minutes and 11 seconds are left in the first period as it appears Drake Burgeon is going to go to the box. Hooking's the call, and the Grizzlies' power play goes to work. Utah's 19.3% on the power play this season. Kansas City's penalty kill is 76.4%. We'll come back in 1 minute. There's still no score. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Drake Burgeon gets 2 minutes for hooking as Grizzlies go on the power play for the first time tonight. Utah has 5 power play goals in 7 games against the Mavericks this season. It was Dylan Fitz that drew the penalty as he had the puck over in the high slot, and Burgeon just hooked him. As just a basic call. Messner will take the drives out there with Lepster, and unfortunately, it's the only 2 we can see on the screen right now. We believe that Dashke and Mastrodonato are on the back end, but I guess you had to be there to find out. Messner will win the draw as Mastrodonato has the puck. He's in the left point. He'll zip it to the left goal line for Messner. Gets it across. As Grizzlies get back to Mastrodonato. One-timer. That one's blocked away by West. The puck goes all the way deep into the Grizzlies zone. Run down by Reed Lepster. Lepster's got good speed. Takes the puck. He skates around Barczewski's net to the far side. And he'll drop it for Cooper Jones, who lets it go. And the Grizzlies will start the attack. We believe that's Dashke. He'll drop it off as the Grizzlies get to neutral ice. Utah crosses the center red line, although it looks more orange than red in Kansas City. Grizzlies get to Messner. Messner will throw it back to center ice. Grizzlies looking to set up with a little bit more momentum than they have. As Utah gets towards center ice, Messner will fake it to Connors. He'll skate in, drop it to the right point. Grizzlies will clear it back towards neutral ice. And looks like the puck might have gone out of play. 8:23 is left in the first. Draw's going to be in the Kansas City zone. Jimmy Moz will skate towards the bench. There's 1:13 left in Utah's first power play of the game. Still no score. Mavericks have outshot the Grizzlies 9-1. Marcus Crawford directing traffic with Jackson Berezowski. Taking the draw for the Grizzlies is Riley Connors. He wins it. Lebster throws it up top. Dashke will skate towards the high slot. Now slide it back to his right. Now right side. Righty shot is blocked away, and Kansas City gets the puck. Mavericks will carry it into the offensive zone 2-on-2. As David Cotton skates down the middle of the ice, veers off to the left. He can't get much of a shot off as the puck slides towards Barczewski. And I wonder if Cotton drew a penalty. Berezowski slashes Dashke as play gets spirited over in the crease. As Barczewski had covered up, it looked like David Cotton drew a penalty as he was skating towards the middle of the ice, veered off to the left. Grizzlies got him on the back check. As Dashke and Berezowski now have words, the two linesmen tell them to cease and desist and go your separate ways. Dashke and Berezowski continue to have words for each other as Berezowski slashed Dashke after the whistle. As they battled over in the crease, Dashke pushed Berezowski first, and Berezowski slashed Dashke along his left knee. Then the linesman had to separate both. Neither penalty either way. Kansas City's still on the power play for 53 seconds. Actually, Utah's on the power play for 53 seconds. Grizzlies win the draw. They'll bounce it off a Kansas City skate, and the Mavericks will drive it deep into the Grizzlies zone. Grizzlies, I believe that's Garrett Pike, will move it towards his left at center ice. He tries to get it to Manning. Kansas City gets it, and they'll throw it back into the Grizzlies zone deep. Barczewski will drop it for Pike, who has 8 assists in 8 games for the Grizzlies. He'll move it to his right. Grizzlies will carry it across center ice. Utah will plop it into the right corner as Armstrong in the area. As Jones got hit, Kansas City towards the near corner get it, and they'll clear it past Manning and past Pike all the way deep into the Grizzlies zone. About 10 seconds left in Utah's power play and 7:19 on a moving clock first period. Grizzlies back over the offensive line. Manning gets pushed in the left point. Now the puck goes past Manning and past Armstrong deeper in the Kansas City zone. As Burgeon's out of the penalty box, we're skating 5-on-5. Utah just has 5 power play goals against Kansas City this year. This is the 8th game between the clubs. Manning to Armstrong just outside the left circle. Take a lefty shot that's blocked. As the Mavericks, Owen Cole will bounce it off Armstrong. As Armstrong will direct it towards the near circle. Ness gets held up. Kansas City will get the puck. Grizzlies will make a line change. Mavericks cross center ice. They step over the offense line trying to split a double team. Kansas City does so successfully. Slot, lefty shot, kick saved by Barczewski. As Grizzlies slide it past Nicoletz. It goes to neutral ice. Mavericks will sky it back in. It's gloved and dropped by Araujo. He'll get it across to Kulbis Marino, who wings it out to the left side for Aragon off his stick. Tyson Upper bounces to the middle of the ice. Goes towards Nicoletz back off of upper stick. Kansas City moves it ahead, 2-on-2. Kansas City skates towards the right circle, lefty shot, saved by Barczewski. Shot, I believe, was taken by Zach Trott, number 23. Trott's got 1 goal as a pro. As a Maverick gets held up along the right wing boards by Kulbis Marino. Puck goes to the right corner. Can't Maverick skate from left to right here in the period. As Kansas City dance around, they'll nudge it up top. Right point, Crawford gets it across. McPherson will drop it back to the left point. Mavericks fake a shot. They'll slide it towards Crawford. Right side, he'll look for a redirection as he throws it out in front. It goes wide. Grizzlies will bounce it back to center ice. 5:46 on a moving clock. First period, still no score. Mavericks have outshot the Grizzlies 11-1. Nicoletz throws it towards the far side near the Kansas City bench. Mavericks get blasted at center ice. Big time hit delivered by Nicoletz. Messner over the line, overskates the puck, and we get a whistle as there's a Maverick that's injured. Boy, there was a huge hit delivered by Braden Nicoletz, and a Maverick is down on the ice. Can't quite see who it is, as looks like the guy that might be paired up with Cotton, and, well, we're not sure who it is. 5:33 is left in the first period. Unfortunately, with these remote feeds, we can only see so much. As we do believe that Nicoletz, there's a battle there along the far side at center ice, and Nicoletz delivered a big hit. And whoever that is for the Mavericks that's down, hopefully they're okay. We've had a spirited one so far. Mavericks have dominated the shot count. It was Damian Giroux. Giroux is the one that was down. He's shaking his right wrist, and he's going to skate towards the locker room. Damian Giroux is an interesting story. He played 3 seasons in the American Hockey League with the Iowa Wild from 2020 through 2023. Giroux played in 1 NHL game, and that was on April 13th of 2023, as he had 1 assist for the Minnesota Wild in the last game of their regular season. Last year, he played in 30 games with Rochester in the AHL. He also played in 17 games with Jacksonville in this league, and he's been one of Kansas City's best forwards this season. We'll come back in 30 seconds, as there's still no score with about 5 minutes left in the first period. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Big hit delivered by Braden Nicoletts as he just knocked out Damian Giroux. As Giroux was along the far wing boards, tried to carry the puck out to center ice, and Nicoletts just rocked his world. As Giroux was skating towards the locker room, he's being attended to right now. He was shaking his right wrist. As draws going to be in the Mavericks zone, as there's still no score, Kansas City's outshot Utah 11-1. Mavericks out to neutralize. Crawford will zip it to his left. Mavericks left point. Righty shot saved by Barczewski. And Jake holds on with 5:21 left in the first. Barczewski is backed up tonight by Vinny Duplessis. And we want to wish a happy birthday to Vinny Duplessis today. Vinny, I believe, turns 26 years old. He was born on March 19th of 1999 in Quebec. So happy birthday to Vinny. 2 days ago, Riley Connors celebrated a birthday as he turned 25 years old. Connors was born on March 17th of 2000 in Madison, Connecticut. Messner will take the draw, and he wins it. Grizzlies are in their own zone, skating from right to left. Puck bounces at neutralize. Kansas City will throw it back in, but it goes directly towards a Grizzly defenseman. Utah zips it ahead. Nobody home, and icing is on the Grizzlies as there's 5 minutes and 11 seconds left in the first period. Boy, interestingly enough, there's only been 1 shot officially taken by the Grizzlies. Kansas City has taken 12. The Grizzlies have the lone power play in tonight's game as Kansas City's Bergen got a hooky minor 10:49 in. But there's still no score. Briley Wood as Utah's lone shot. He took it 7:59 into the game as he fired away from just outside the right circle. Draws in the left circle, and it's won by Kansas City. Mavericks get it to the right side as they're at the point. Righty shots blocked away. Grizzlies will carry it to neutralize. Utah zips the pass out to the right side. Grizzlies will nudge it back up top, pedaling towards the high slots. Cooper Jones as he'll fire it off the boards, and it deflects out of play as there's 4:54 left in the first. It's interesting. We talked about both teams. I mean, Kansas City's got 4 or 5 new faces that just have just come over from either the junior ranks or the college level, including starting goaltender Noah West. Obviously, the Grizzlies have had quite a few new additions over the last couple weeks. You know, think about Riley Connors coming over last week. Connors played this season at St. Lawrence University. Interestingly enough, Drake Bergen, who has the only penalty of the game. Remember, Bergen, number 26, one of 6 defensemen for Kansas City tonight, as Grizzlies are offside. 4:52 left in this first, and although the draw is going to stay in the Mavericks zone. Bergen played at St. Lawrence University this season, was a teammate with Riley Connors. Drake Bergen, a native of Winnipeg, Manitoba. Asher Donato will take the draw against Nolan Sullivan. Grizzlies win the draw. Right side, righty shot, glove saved by West. That shot was taken by Luke Lemaster as West makes his second save of the game. Draw's going to be back in the Mavericks zone. Lemaster is one of those guys coming over from the college level. He played in 27 games at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Earlier this season, he was a teammate at Alaska Fairbanks with Braden Nicoletts. Nicoletts joined the Grizzlies in December. Mavericks win the draw. They'll get out to center ice. Grizzlies retreat defensively. Left side, Mavericks will skate around Barczewski's net. Grizzlies deliver a push and a shove as Barczewski looks over his right shoulder on a 2-on-2 battle. Grizzlies win the battles. Griffin Ness will zip it across to Mastrodonato. Mastrodonato, wearing number 8, will throw it around his net. Grizzlies will curl it back behind their net. Kansas City looking nearby. Mavericks looking for a centering pass out in front. It's glanced away by a stick. Mastrodonato across the center ice, steps over the offensive line, veers off to the right. He'll take a righty shot. Saved by West. Rebound goes towards the far circle. Kansas City will move it ahead. Mavericks will bounce it off the boards. Grizzlies will get it off of Pike's skate. Pike recovers, gets the puck, go throw it behind his net. As we believe that's the master. He's been paired up with Pike tonight. As Grizzlies will get it ahead, although that is a lefty, and Lemaster is normally a righty. Not sure that was. Grizzlies over the line, gets a Wood. Wood across towards Armstrong, pass behind him. Now Armstrong battles. He gets on one knee. Kansas City takes the puck away. Mavericks out to neutralize. Grizzlies do a good job challenging Kansas City at every turn. Puck goes back to the Mavericks. As Kansas City rolls it ahead, looking for Luke Lowe. Heide goes past him. Grizzlies retreat after it. Cobus Marino will move it across. Grizzlies along the near board. Sidestep a check as Wood gets it across. A glance off a stick. Mastrodonato gets off the boards. Actually, it's Cobus Marino. 3:15 on a moving clock, still scoreless. Cobus Marino negotiates his way around a Maverick, gets the center ice, and he'll dump it in. Wood behind his net, but it's Kansas City with the puck skating from left to right. Mavericks with just 17 skaters this evening. Kansas City in 2-on-3. Mavericks towards the left circle. Dashke takes it away. Now Dashke towards the left corner as a 2-on-2 battle ensues. Araujo joins the play. Kansas City throws it up top. Mavericks to the left point, get it across to Crawford. Crawford zips it across to a cutting McPherson. Grizzlies one-handed away. Utah gets a loose puck. They'll move it ahead to Armstrong. Armstrong gets spun around to the Kansas City line as he was trying to get the puck. As Grizzlies drive it back in. West behind his net will drop it to a defenseman. 2.5 minutes are left on the moving clock. First period. Kansas City's outshot Utah 12-3, but there's still no score. Down the middle of the ice, Aragon take a lefty shot. Glove saved by West. He holds on with 2:25 left in the first. So Utah's up to 4 shots. They've taken 3 unanswered on Kansas City goaltender Noah West. We mentioned Noah West played at Ferris State University. He's a native of Pittsburgh, Indiana. 24 years old, 6'2", 185 pounds. Nolan Sullivan will take the draw against Mick Messner. Messner, the Grizzlies captain, is making consecutive game appearance number 140. Messner leads the Grizzlies in shots on goal with 166 this year. He wins the draw towards the left corner. Lepster gets held up along the boards, 2-on-2 battle as Messner tries to jostle for positioning with David Cotton. Kansas City takes the puck away, and they'll zip it out towards center ice. Grizzlies will drive it back in. West behind his net will cut it off with about 2 minutes left in the first as the Mavericks will get it towards Drake Burgeon. Burgeon, the St. Lawrence product. Rink-wide feed now to the right side. Mavericks can't get a shot off. Good job by the Grizzlies in their pursuit. I believe that was Cooper Jones. Utah out to center ice for Lepster. He'll skate down the middle of the ice. He'll step over the line. He'll drop it on a tee for the right point. Messner shot, see, rebound shot, and a score! Derek Dashke gets his 15th of the year, and the Grizzlies take a 1-0 lead. Boy, the play started with Cooper Jones winning a wall battle. He got it ahead to Lepster. Lepster skated down the middle of the ice. Dropped it for Dashke. Dashke, actually the shot, we're not sure who took the shot. Dashke got the rebound off of West as Lepster dropped it for Messner. Messner's shot bounced off of West. Dashke got the rebound and he put it away. So Lepster and Messner should get the assist, and Derek Dashke gets his 15th of the year. He is now second among league defensemen with 15 goals on the season. So Grizzlies draw first blood. They've had some success against Kansas City recently. It's Derek Dashke who now has 15 goals on the year. He came into play, fifth among league defensemen with 47 points. Grizzlies skate from right to left in the first period. Utah to the right wing, steps over the offensive line. They get it towards Garrett Pike, who gets sent off the boards as Ness overskates it. Now Ness gets it back left circle, skate in. He tried to drop it towards his right, and Connors was just overled a little bit. Grizzlies towards the right point, fired off of Kansas City's backboards. Mavericks towards the left side, bounced off of 3 sticks. Hustling after it's Masher Donato. He gets in the right wing. The Maestro spins along the boards. It's cut off by Kansas City behind their net. As we have 1 minute and counting here in the first period, Utah leads 1-0 as Derek Dashke scored 18-18 in with Messner and Lebster getting the assists. Grizzlies switch up skaters. They're in their own zone. Utah's taken the last 5 shots after Kansas City had a 12-1 edge in the shot count. It's now 12-6 in Kansas City's favor. Mavericks back deep in their own zone. Grizzlies are doing a good job challenging Kansas City with hockey's version of a full court press. Armstrong delivers a hit in the right side. He spun around low height. Grizzlies get to center ice. Manning dumps it in. Wood chases after. He drops it back for Manning. Manning in the left circle will lay it on a tee for Armstrong and gets tripped up. Now Manning, as he's falling down, fires towards the net. West makes a save, and he holds on with 16 seconds left in the first. So Utah has now taken the last 6 shots on goal after Kansas City took 12 of the first 13. So Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw, looking to get another one here late in the first. Utah this season, when scoring first, they have a record of 12-6-2-2. When leading after one period, the Grizzlies are 14-1-1-1. And barring something crazy happening, Grizzlies should have a lead after one period. Luke Manning will take the draw against Nolan Sullivan. Sullivan's taken a lot of the big face-offs for Kansas City here this season. Draw one by the Mavericks, and they will sky it out to center ice. Bouncing puck. Grizzlies run it down as Cooper Jones gets it, and he'll wing it towards his left. Grizzlies, with 2 seconds left in the period, throw it out to center ice, and that will do it for 20 good minutes of period of hockey as the Grizzlies were outshot 12-1. But over the last 6 minutes or so of the first period, they took 6 unanswered shots, including Derek Dashke's 15th goal of the year, as he scored 18-18 on a rebound from Mick Messner's shot. As Messner fired away from the right point, Messner picked up an assist. He now has 19 on the year. And Reed Lebster picks up his 21st assist of the season. So a good first 20 minutes of play for the Grizzlies. They lead 1-0 after one period. We'll come back and recap the first 20 minutes. We'll also go over some scores from around the NHL. After one period, it's Derek Dashke getting his 15th of the year, and Jake Barcheski was outstanding as he stopped all 12 Kansas City shots. It's the Grizzlies 1 and the Mavericks 0. We're back in 2 minutes on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts, and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West, or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
After one period over at Cable Dahmer Arena, it's the Utah Grizzlies 1 and Kansas City 0. as Derek Dashke scored 18-18 in, with Mick Messner and Reed Lepster gained the assist. But the play really started with Cooper Jones, not to be confused with baseball outfielder Garrett Jones. But Cooper Jones got the puck. He was deep in his own zone along the near wall as he won a battle, got it ahead to Lepster. Lepster, with his speed, was able to get from one blue line to the other, skated down the middle of the ice, dropped it on a tee for Messner on the right point. Messner fired away, as he does often. After all, Messner does lead the club in shots on goal with 166. Puck bounced off of goaltender Noah West, and Johnny on the spot for the rebound was Derek Dashke. Dashke collected it in the right wing, and he fired away for the game's lone goal. So even though Cooper Jones didn't get a point, he certainly contributed, as if they would have given 3 assists on a hockey play, Jones would have had the 3rd assist as he got the play started. And Reed Lepster, as we mentioned over and over again, Lepster is one of those guys with his speed, playmaking ability, and his ability to handle the puck. And with his great vision of the ice, he does a great job creating scoring chances, and was really Lepster, who was in his own zone when he got the puck, who created his own chance, got it towards Messner. Messner fired away, and Noah West just allowed a rebound out in front, and Dashke was in the right place at the right time to get the rebound and fire it in the back of the net. So the Grizzlies were able to get a goal there late in the first period, and it was interesting. If you think about the first half of the first period, Kansas City had a 12-1 edge in the shot count, but it was still a scoreless game. Utah did get a power play in the first period, 10:49 in, as Drake Burgeon, who is a college teammate with Riley Connors at the St. Lawrence University earlier this season. Burgeon got 2 minutes for hooking, 10:49 in. Grizzlies didn't get a shot on that power play, but were able to score late in the first period. Of the 7 shots the Grizzlies had in the first, nobody took more than 1. Obviously, Dashke scored a goal on his lone shot. Machadonado, Messner, Wood, Aragon, Manning, and LeMaster each have 1 shot for the Grizzlies. Although do note that Mick Messner's shot from the right point is what led to the Dashke goal off the rebound off of Noah West's chest. West, the Kansas City goaltender. For the Mavericks and their 12 shots, they are led by Zach Trott, who is in his 7th pro game. Trott's a guy that Kansas City featured on their broadcast at the Open. Trott's played good hockey for the Mavericks. He comes over from St. Francis Xavier University in U Sports. He's a native of Honeywood, Ontario. It looks like Zach Trott, who's getting his feet wet in pro hockey, is off to a good start, not only tonight, but in his pro career. Nathan Dunkley, as well as Jackson Berezowski, have 2 shots for Kansas City and 1 shot each for David Cotton, as well as Damian Giroux, Thomas Farrell, and Owen Cole. Cole's making his professional debut. He played at UMass Lowell earlier this season. It's interesting. We mentioned Giroux. That's one of the other things that stood out. With about 5.5 minutes left in the first period, Braden Nicolet's just lit up Damian Giroux as Giroux was skating along the left wing boards trying to get to center ice, and Nicolet's rocked his world. Giroux, as he was skating off the ice a little bit slowly, was favoring his right wrist, just kind of shaking it back and forth. And so we'll keep an eye to see if Damian Giroux returns to action for Kansas City. And the Mavericks are already a little bit shorthanded, as due to AHL call-ups and injuries, they're only skating 17 tonight. And among the scratches, I mentioned Jake McLaughlin, who leads Kansas City defensemen with a +33 rating. Max Androv's out of their lineup, and Diamond Hands Daniel Amesbury is also out, as is Cam Morrison, who has 13 goals this year and currently up in the AHL, is Cade Borchard, who has been unbelievable. He averages over 2 points a game against the Grizzlies this season. So the Grizz have a lead after 1. They are 14-1-1-1 when leading after 1 period. When the Grizzlies score first this season, they are 13-6-2-2. It's the second straight game where the Grizzlies have scored the first goal. When we come back, we'll go over some NHL scores. It's a good start for the Grizzlies. And among all that, you can't forget about Jake Barcheski. He saved 47 of 48 on Sunday afternoon in a 3-1 victory over Allen. Barcheski stopped all 12 Kansas City shots in the first period. We'll come back and go over some other scores from around the world of sports. It's the Grizzlies 1 and Kansas City 0. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
After one period, it's Utah 1, Kansas City nothing as Derek Dashke scored his 15th of the year, 18-18 in the first. Kind of a light schedule in the National Hockey League. There's just 2 games, but both of them are on national TV, a TNT doubleheader. After 2 periods, the Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, are in a battle with Toronto. That game is tied at 1 after 2 periods. Colorado has outshot Toronto 28-15. Toronto took a 1-0 lead as Austin Matthews scored his 27th of the year, 28 seconds into the second period. It was a power play goal. Mitch Marner picked up his 62nd assist, and John Tavares picking up his 30th helper of the year. Nichukin scored a power play goal for Colorado, 2:48 in. Nathan McKinnon got his 77th assist this season, and Cale Makar got his 54th helper of the campaign as Nichukin scored his 18th of the year. That tied it up at 1, and that's where they sit after 40 minutes of play. At 7:30, the Kraken are at the Minnesota Wild. The Utah Hockey Club returns to action on Thursday night as they take on the Buffalo Sabres at Delta Center. Utah's 30-27-11 on the year. Buffalo is 27-33-6. There's a lot of hockey fans overreacting to last night's game where Edmonton defeated Utah 7-1 over the course of an 82-game schedule. Well, you know there's going to be a handful of games where you're just not going to have it. And when you're facing a team like Edmonton with as much high-powered offensive firepower as they have, you know, if we're talking about, you know, forwards like Connor McDavid and, you know, Leon Draisaitl, and really for Edmonton, it's even beyond that in terms of guys who can put the puck in the back of the net. You know, if you don't bring it defensively, especially in Edmonton's barn, every now and then you're going to get a score like that. It's kind of interesting how everybody among hockey fans in the state of Utah are talking like the sky is falling, when in reality, it's just one of 82. Remember last week, the Utah Hockey Club had a tough one against Seattle and then responded by getting a good road victory on Sunday against the Vancouver Canucks. I got to imagine that the Utah Hockey Club is going to respond tomorrow and put together a great 60-minute effort against the Buffalo Sabres. You know, the Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, we mentioned they're in action tonight. Colorado's also in action tomorrow as they are on the road to take on the Ottawa Senators. That should be an interesting one at 5 o'clock tomorrow night. Grizzlies return to action on Friday evening as they continue their series with the Kansas City Mavericks. So a light schedule in the National Hockey League. It's also a light schedule in the four-letter league. When we come back, we'll go over the other 3 ECHL games. After one period, Derek Dashke has given the Grizzlies a 1-0 lead as he scored 18-18 into the first period. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
After one period, Utah leads Kansas City 1-0. Three other games in the four-letter league, two others in progress. After two periods, Orlando, we certainly wish we were in the same league as Buffalo. Orlando and Jacksonville are tied at 2. No former Grizzlies with goals on either side so far. That should be an interesting one over in the Eastern Conference. Orlando is 1 for 3 on the power play. Jacksonville is 0 for 2. After two periods, Orlando and Jacksonville are tied at 2. Early third period, Florida and Greenville are tied at 1. Former Grizzlies Taryn Fizer and Kyle Betts are in the Florida lineup. Neither guy has a point so far. And that's an interesting one. Early third period, Florida and Greenville tied at 1. The other game that's going to start in about 10 minutes from now over at Idaho Central Arena, the Allen Americans take on the Idaho Steelheads. Allen is 14-35, 8-2 on the year. Idaho is 29-21, 8-1. There was an interesting trade made yesterday where Idaho's leading scorer, Hank Crone, was traded from the Steelheads to the Norfolk Admirals in exchange for future considerations. So the Steelheads aren't getting anything back for Hank Crone, who is a superstar scorer. Crone, remember, is the league's MVP back with the Allen Americans in the 2022-23 season. So that's certainly an interesting trade late in the regular year as the Idaho Steelheads are fighting for a playoff spot. And if the playoffs started today, Idaho would be on the outside looking in. They have 67 standings points on the year, and they are 6 points behind Wichita, who is currently in 4th place in the Mountain Division. Kansas City is in 1st place in the Mountain Division with 83 standings points and a .692 winning percentage. Grizzlies have a 1-0 lead on Derek Daschke's 15th of the year. And just how good has Daschke been for the Grizzlies this year? Well, he does lead the club with 12 multiple-point games this season. He does lead the team in assists with 33. He also leads Grizzly defensemen with 15 goals on the year. He leads Grizzly defensemen in shots on goal as well. Daschke has 30 games of 3 or more shots. He's also had 2 overtime game winners. Daschke with the first period goal now has a point in 31 of 55 games this year. So if we're talking about consistency, Derek Daschke is certainly right up there. And if you think about minutes per game, we always talk about it, and in particular earlier in the season when it was Daschke and Brian Young, we talk about how those guys played, it felt like 25-plus minutes per game. Well, last week, according to something that we saw on social media, Derek Daschke led the league in minutes per game at 26.41. So you talk about a guy that's been a workhorse. Daschke's in his second full season as a pro. He had 16 goals with Kalamazoo last year. And I think we knew we had a feeling that if Daschke played the majority of the season with the Grizzlies, that he would put up those type of numbers. Daschke, hopefully at some point, will get a call up to the American Hockey League because he is certainly deserving of it. And he's been outstanding for the Grizzlies all year. Daschke, no doubt, picked up Utah's first goal, and it was really scored in a spot that you don't necessarily see from defensemen. Webster dropped it off for Messner. Messner took the shot from the right point, and it was Daschke that got down low, got the rebound, and fired away for the game's first goal. So, Derek Daschke has been a consistent force for the Grizzlies, and once again, he gets the job done. And at the start, we were talking about great rookies for the Grizzlies. And after all, Utah does have 12 rookies in the lineup tonight, 11 skaters, and Jake Barczewski. Reed Lepster, if you talk about a guy since the start of February, he leads the Grizzlies with 22 points since February 1st. He now has 9 goals and 13 assists, as Lepster picked up the secondary assist on the Dashkey goal. And Mick Messner, the Grizzlies captain, he comes up with an assist, as he now has 34 points this year, 15 goals and 19 assists. We'll see if Luke Manning can find his way on the scoring sheet for the Grizzlies in the second period. Manning is a +8 in his last 21 games, and he's on a current 5-game point scoring streak. It looks like we're about set for second period action. As both teams are on the ice, Grizzlies will skate from left to right as we see it, or attempt to see it, on Flow Sports. Kansas City will skate from right to left. We didn't mention the referees yet. The 2 referees tonight are Tyler Haskell and Trevor Wolford. The linesmen are Kyle Gaspari and John Watson. First of a 3-game series. These teams will meet on Friday night at 6 o'clock, and Saturday will be at 5 p.m. It'll probably be the same 5 on the ice for the Grizzlies that started the game, and that's Craig Armstrong, Briley Wood, and Luke Manning, and a defensive pairing of Garrett Pike and Luke Lemaster. With Jake Barczewski in net, the backup goaltender is Vinny Duplessis, who's celebrating his 26th birthday. Kansas City has McPherson and Crawford out there to start defensively, with a forward line of David Cotton, Luke Lowhite, and Nolan Sullivan. Taking the draw at center ice, Nolan Sullivan for Kansas City. Sullivan from Eden Prairie, Minnesota, and Luke Manning will take the draw for the Grizzlies. And the draw won by Kansas City as we have begun play here in the second period. Kansas City leads the shot count 12-7. Down the middle of the ice, lefty shot goes wide. Barczewski will knife it towards the far circles. The puck ricocheted off the glass behind him. Armstrong takes a spill at neutral ice. Grizzlies dump it into the left corner. Puck glanced off of Manning's stick. Puck slides towards the near wing wall at neutral ice. Collected by Armstrong. He tried to get it towards Wood. Mavericks take it away. It's one-handed ahead by Garrett Pike. And the Grizzlies dump it in. Kansas City will loft it out to center ice. Grizzlies take it away. Utah will get it ahead. Riley Connors moves. It almost looks like Connors is playing as a defenseman for the Grizzlies tonight. Puck goes back towards the near corner. Armstrong will push it ahead. Ness gets his stick lifted. Connors in the area as he dances around in the high slot. Grizzlies take it away. As Utah turns it over, Kansas City centering pass. Righty shot saved by Barczewski. Rebound towards the right corner as the Mavericks will get it up top. Mavericks zip it towards Nate Konepke. Left point will take a lefty shot, saved by Barczewski, and he holds on with 18:49 left in the second. So Barczewski stopped each of the first 13 he has seen here so far. Landon McCallum shakes his head back and forth. Mavericks did a good job working the puck around as Konepke had a good look, and Barczewski was able to snatch it in the breadbasket just in front of his jersey. Cooper Jones doing a good job boxing out a Maverick out in front of the net. Riley Connors will take the draw against Nathan Dunkley, Dunkley. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Araujo throws to the far side. It goes towards center ice. Ness gets spun around. Ness with the puck. He tried to get to Masha Donato. Kansas City picks it off. Mavericks will skate towards the middle of the ice. Righty shot saved by Barczewski. As he holds on, Jackson Berezowski took the shot from the slot. Berezowski with 16 goals on the year. Barczewski makes a glove save. He's not necessarily been as busy as he was on Sunday when he stopped 47-48, but Kansas City's taking the first 3 shots here in the second period. Dunkley will take the draw again for Kansas City. He played at St. Mary's University earlier this season, a native of Ontario, 25 years old. Draw one by Kansas City, left point. Righty shot goes wide as Grizzlies. Reed Lepster tries to clear it, but not all the way out as Kansas City will dump it back deep into the offensive zone. Mavericks towards the near corner. Jones gets spun around. Mavericks get towards David Cotton, left wing. He'll take a lefty shot that goes wide. Puck towards the right corner as Clovis Marino will cycle it back towards the near corner. Cotton gets held up by Araujo. Cotton has a tap off of Messner's stick, 2-on-2 battle, and we get a whistle And it's either a high-sticking penalty or the puck was played with a high stick. 18:05 left in the second as Cotton will skate back towards the bench. And the Mavericks fed the puck in the offensive zone for most of the first 2 minutes of the second period. It looked like the puck was played with a high stick. No penalty as the draw is going to come back to neutral ice. Tyson Epper will take the drives out there with Braden Nicoletz and Aaron Aragon. Casey Crew and Nicoletz have some words. Remember, it was Nicoletz that delivered that big-time hit on Damian Giroux. Mavericks win the draw. They get over the offensive line, stop at the right point. They'll throw it back towards the left corner. As Kansas City skates around Barczewski's net, Lemaster shadowing. Mavericks get towards the left circle. Crew feeds it to the right point. Mavericks with the righty shot, and that's blocked away as they were looking for a redirection from Chase Brand, number 25. Behind Utah's net, loose puck. Lemaster chases after it. Puck slides back towards the left corner. Pike will pitchfork it ahead. Grizzlies will slice it into the Mavericks zone as Kansas City will skate back deep in their own end as Utah delivers a hit. Puck slides towards the far corner. Grizzlies get the puck. They'll nudge it up top. Pike fires towards the net. Saved by West. And he holds on. Tyson Epper was out in front trying to redirect it as he was battling with Justin McPherson. And after the whistle, looks like Aaron Aragon had to be separated along with another Grizzly, Braden Nicoletz, with a few Mavericks in the area as they both cease and desist with 17:22 left in the second. Like Garrett Pike with a vicious shot from the left point. I got a feeling he's going to find a way to get one through here at some point. One of these games, maybe even in Kansas City. With Pike with the shot that he has, you imagine he's probably, as he develops as a pro, probably going to get 7 to 10 goals per season. Sullivan will take the draw against Luke Manning. Manning crouches down low, the St. Thomas product. Draw won by Sullivan and the Mavericks. Kansas City skates from right to left here in the second period. Mavericks will tap it off the near glass. Grizzlies hustle after it. No icing on the play. Dashke collides with the Maverick as Kansas City will nudge it up top. Nate Konepke, left point. He'll take a lefty shot that goes wide. Puck might have bounced off of Craig Armstrong on the way. Konepke gets it back. He'll move it to his right. Now back towards a high slot as Kansas City's Nolan Sullivan will toss it back to the left corner as Mavericks get held up. Puck bounced off of David Cotton on to Utah. Grizzlies get to Armstrong, who will lead it ahead to Manning. Manning in the right wing, steps over the line, skates towards the right circle, try to move it towards Dash, get the middle of the ice. He got cut off by Bergen. Puck back up top. Utah fakes to the left point. They'll get it to the right side as Connors fires a righty shot, and that's kicked away by West. Utah will cycle the puck back towards West. Connors, as Utah delivers a hit in the right corner. Kansas City will carry it across center ice. Utah back defensively as the Mavericks will just plop one in and make a line change. Grizzlies keep their head up as Dashke will race across center ice. Dashke will throw it over the offensive line, but not too far into the Kansas City zone. As the Mavericks get the puck, we're about 4 minutes into the second period. Utah still leads 1-0. Mavericks will drive it in from center ice to Zach Trott, who had 4 shots on goal in the first period. Puck slides back towards the left corner. Kansas City horizontally throws it towards the side of the net, near side on Barczewski. Now Mavericks get it up top, high slot, kept in by Mazza. He'll move it to his right. Righty shot kick saved by Barczewski. Now centering pass, lefty shot's a swing and a miss. As puck stays in with Kansas City, they'll move it towards the left wing. Mavericks will tap it across. Bouncing puck, Garrett Ness in the area. Gets cut off by Jimmy Mazza. Connors in the area. He gets pushed. Mavericks get it in deeper. Utah chases after it. Grizz will throw an outlet pass to Masher Donato. Skates in right side. He'll drop it at the point. As Connors fires a righty shot, stick saved by West. He'll nudge it towards the near corner. Grizzlies skate back towards Lemaster. Lemaster gets it taken away. Kansas City in and falling down, looking for a centering pass. As he was falling down was Berezowski. Puck goes back towards the middle of the ice. Lefty shot is blocked away. Berezowski without his helmet will skate towards the bench. High slot. Mavericks get towards the left wing. McPherson shot. That's blocked away. Puck goes back towards the left point. McPherson keeps it in. He'll bounce like a basketball towards the near circle. Cotton gets spun around by Connors. Puck back towards McPherson. He'll get to the right side. One-timer saved by Barczewski as puck towards the right corner. Pike holds on with the Maverick as Pike will get it towards Ness. Ness slides into the middle of the ice. Cut off by McPherson. McPherson tried to lay it on a tee, but it was taken away by Masha Donato, who clears it back towards Kansas City ice. 5.5 minutes into the second period, Utah still leads 1-0. Mavericks get over the line as they'll feed it towards the right side. Righty shot is blocked away by Kulbis Marino. Fitz gets hit in the right corner. Puck bounces towards the right point, stays in the Grizzlies zone. Now Utah will carry it across center ice. Utah gets dragged down. Fitz will skate towards the left wing. Kansas City catches up to him. Fitz throws it up top to Araujo. Araujo will bounce it off the Kansas City backboard. Far goal line. Grizzlies shot saved by West. Kansas City will loft it out to center ice. It's gloved and dropped by Kulbis Marino. He'll move it across. Grizzlies get it back towards Kulbis Marino, who's been lined up with Araujo here this evening. Right wing pass towards Fitz connects. Fitz fires towards the net. It's sicked away by West. As Kansas City towards the far side, puck slides to the middle of the ice. It's taken by Nate Konepke. Konepke will lunge into the offensive zone to get to the left side. Now back towards Konepke. He skates in, backhand shot, saved by Barcheski. Rebound goes to Kansas City. Up top, high slot. Righty shot is blocked about halfway towards Barcheski. Grizzlies will race out to center ice. Messer, the Grizzlies captain, steps over the offensive line. Right point, he gets held up. Kansas City takes the puck away from him. Maz will throw it behind his net. Kansas City about 7 minutes into the second period, turn it over. Grizzlies, Braden Nicolets will skeet towards the left circle. He'll toss it up top. It's kept in by Dashke across to Jones. Jones pedals towards his right, fires towards the net. It's blocked by Sullivan. Grizzlies skate back towards Jones in the right point. Upper throws it to the right corner. Grizzlies nudge it to the middle of the ice for Upper. I'll take a lefty shot. Saved by West. Rebound, hippity hops off the end boards. Grizzlies try to shovel it towards the net and fanned on it. Kansas City gets the puck. Mavericks will sky it into Grizzlies ice. It goes over Cooper Jones's head, and icing's going to be on the Mavericks with 12 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second. So good defensive work by the Grizzlies. Both teams trying to get the transition game working, but the Grizzlies have been solid and disciplined on the defensive end. Kansas City's taken 7 shots here so far in the second period, and the Grizzlies have 6. Both goaltenders have been pretty solid so far. Both guys played at Michigan during the 2023-24 season. Barcheski was the starting goaltender at Michigan, and his backup was Noah West. West was the starter at Ferris State this season, and he had a pretty solid year. Mavericks will sweep one out to center ice. Kansas City will drag it in as Mavericks get towards Nolan Sullivan. He skates around Utah's net. Now he stops, reverses field. He gets tapped away by Dashke. Puck to the near side. Cooper Jones sidesteps a check. Puck goes back towards Jones. He'll tap it off the glass. Puck hippity hops towards left point, kept in by the Mavericks. As they spin it towards the right side, Dashke trying to spin it, but not out. As over in the right corner, Kansas City skates around Barcheski's net towards the near side. Left point, lefty shot is blocked away by Barcheski. Shot was taken by McPherson. Now down the middle of the ice, lefty shot goes wide as they miss the net. Stick side on Barcheski. Behind the net, Dashke holds up a Maverick. Now Kansas City will skate towards the left circle, which is the near side. Mavericks skate from right to left. Mavericks towards the left point will throw it to the middle of the ice. It's cut off by Utah. Wood gets it ahead. Pass connects. Grizzlies skate towards the right side, back towards Wood. One-timer saved by West. Rebound shot saved by West again. Puck still alive towards the left corner. Armstrong in the area. Dashke will come off as Mavericks will carry it across center ice. Mavericks will toss it off the near wing wall. Pass goes tape to tape. Kansas City, Landon McCallum throws it behind his net as Pike delivers a good shoulder check. That knocked down a Maverick. Wood in the area. Puck goes back towards McCallum. He'll throw it up top. Right point. Mavericks will drop it back to McCallum on the right point. He fakes a shot, gets towards Konepke down in the middle of the ice. Konepke takes a lefty shot, saved by Barcheski, and he holds on with 11:07 left in the second. Well, neither team has scored here so far in the middle frame. It's still Utah 1, Kansas City 0.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
It's been a fun one so far as Utah leads 1-0. Nobody has scored here so far in the second period. Derek Daschke, as the game's lone goal, he scored 18-18 into the first period with Mick Messner and Reed Lepster getting the assists. We've only had one power play tonight. Grizzlies are 0 for 1 on the power play. Grizzlies, once again, are playing pretty disciplined hockey as they have yet to allow a Kansas City power play. Both teams have 8 shots so far in the second period. Kansas City leads the shot count 20-15. Grizzlies have been pretty balanced on their shot count. Daschke and Wood each have 2 shots to lead the Grizzlies. Draws over in the left circle. Grizzlies skate from left to right as we attempt to see the game on Flow Sports. We apologize for those on YouTube. We're trying to describe the game the best we can with what we're given. As puck goes towards the left corner, 2-on-2 scrum. Grizzlies come out with it. Grizzlies are winning the 50-50 pucks tonight. Utah will lift it into the Kansas City zone. Puck hippity-hops towards Noah West, the Kansas City goaltender. Mavericks bounce it out to center ice. They get spun around. Grizzlies have played physical here tonight. As Pike gets it ahead towards Mastrodonato off his stick. Kansas City throws it back into the Grizzlies zone. Run down by Lemaster. He's got good speed. He'll skate around Barczewski's net towards the far side. Kansas City on the back check takes it away. Lemaster takes it back away. He'll toss it towards the right point. Grizzlies deliver a hit. Lemaster gets the puck. Luke Lemaster across the center ice. He'll slide it to his left. Over the line. Ness across the Mastrodonato. Right side. Take a righty shot. Saved by West. Kansas City comes back the other way. 1-on-2. Mavericks over the offensive line as they try to muscle their way around Connors. Connors drags down a Maverick that might, Grizzlies play on. Mastrodonato out to center ice, and he'll skip it in the left wing deep in the Maverick zone. Utah will make a full line change. As the Grizzlies retreat defensively, Kansas City will outlet to the center ice. Now Mavericks will lead it towards the right corner. Araujo delivers a hit as the Grizzlies come out with a puck. Utah skates around to the near corner as Cobus Marino gets it across. Araujo with a outlet pass. The Grizzly was diving towards the Kansas City line. Pass goes wide of the mark, and icing is on the Grizzlies with 9:46 left in the second period. So we've passed the halfway point of the 60-minute affair, and it's been a low-scoring one, dominated by both teams' goaltenders and defensive units. Both teams have really played a solid and disciplined defensive brand of hockey, and really for the Grizzlies breaking in as many new defensemen as they have. You know, when you talk about Matt Araujo coming over a month ago, Garrett Pike, Luke Lemaster, and Andres Cobus Marino coming over about 3 or 4 weeks ago, the Grizzlies really have had to build their defensive unit on the fly here in the second half of the season. And it seems like the communication and everything has gone well for the Grizzlies so far on this road trip. Draws in the left circle, won by the Mavericks. They'll throw it over to the right point. Mavericks fire righty shot, and that one's blocked away. There was traffic out in front of Barczewski. Grizzlies come back the other way as Fitz will dump it ahead towards center ice, chases after it. He's out there with Lepster and Messner. Kansas City skates back in right wing as they get around Cobus Marino. Mavericks to the lefty shot, saved by Barczewski. Puck still alive. Lepster gets it towards Messner, and they'll slide it ahead to Fitz. Fitz across the center ice, 2-on-2. Fitz over the line. He'll drop it for Lepster. Skates down the middle. Take a righty shot. Save. Rebound shot. And then, the second attempt couldn't be taken by Utah. Kansas City moves it ahead. Mavericks skate along. They get around Araujo as they shovel towards the net. And that one's blocked away as Barczewski was sprawling towards his left. Grizzlies, long-range feed. Ends up going nowhere, but it might have bounced off a Kansas City stick, though, so no icing. As there's less than 9 minutes left in the second period. Mavericks will move it off a Grizzlies stick as it flies towards neutral ice. Grizzlies will move it back towards the Kansas City line. Another long-range pass. That one doesn't connect as well. Mavericks will skate towards the left side as Cooper Jones delivers a hip check. Mavericks will skate around Barczewski's net. I think that's Giroux back on the ice. He came off late first period. Nice slot righty shot, and that one's blocked by Nicoletz as he spins around as that one smarted a little bit. Grizzlies get towards Aragon over the line. Gets it across. Nicoletz skates in. Tries to throw it through traffic. And puck goes wide of the mark. Right point. Aragon across. Jones. One-timer goes wide. Grizzlies try to force one out in front. Pass goes wide of the mark. Now Aragon. High slot. His lefty shot goes wide. Puck back towards the right wing. Grizzlies get it in deep with Upper. He gets held up. Aragon gets a good shoulder check from a Maverick. Kansas City will sky it out to center ice. Landon McCallum gets the puck at the center ice logo, and he'll dump it in. Mavericks make a line change. Barczewski cuts it off as he one-hands it. Drops the puck as the Grizzlies skate around Barczewski's net. Utah up to center ice off the stick. Konepke Gets spun around by Manning. Mavericks over the line, but they had to earn it. Kansas City rolls it back to the near corner. Loose puck. Grizzly got their stick held up. Sadashki's pursuit was limited. As puck back towards the right wing, Kansas City skates towards a high slot towards their left. They'll drop it for Konepke, left point. Konepke will bounce it off a Maverick. As Stashke delivers a hit. He's over in the near wing. He'll get to Jones. Jones will sprint the puck back towards the far corner. Armstrong has a glance off his stick. Manning delivers a hit at the Utah line. Kansas City keeps it in, and they'll fire it in deep. Grizzlies run it down. About 7 minutes left in the second period. Utah still leads 1-0. Kansas City's outshot Utah 23-16. Long outlet pass goes towards Armstrong. Armstrong bounced it off a Maverick. He regathers it, throws it back in. As the Mavericks 3/4 the length of the ice, they'll throw a pass towards the middle of the ice. Righty shot is wide. That was taken by Casey Carew. He's got 20 goals this season. Mavericks towards the right wing. Carew rolls it back to the left corner. McPherson behind the net to Cotton. Cotton drops to the right side. Now back towards Cotton. As David Cotton will skate towards the right corner. As he'll get it to McPherson. McPherson throws it towards the middle of the ice. As a lefty shot goes wide of the mark. As Owen Cole didn't get all of it in his pro debut. As Grizzlies try to sky it, but it's kept in. Mavericks throw it to the middle of the ice. They were looking for Chase Brand, who goes wide of the mark. Grizzlies will clear it out. It looks like icing might be on Utah, as there's 6:11 left in the second. No icing, but nevertheless, looks like we'll take a break. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Now, neither team has scored a second period goal. Might be a little bit of a surprise to the Grizzlies. Utah's a second period goal in 16 of their last 17 games. Utah's got a second period goal in 40 of their last 47 games. Utah has 33 goals in the second period over their last 25 games, with really the big mark being the 7 goals they scored in the second period on January 25th in a victory over the Wichita Thunder. The 7 second period goals broke a team record. Utah is actually third in the league in second period goals with 77 on the season. So nobody scored here so far in the second period, as Utah still leads 1-0, as there's 6 minutes and 11 seconds left in the second period. Draw is going to be in the Grizzlies zone. Kansas City wins the draw left side. Righty shot goes wide. Puck ricochets out the backboard as Grizzlies get the puck. They'll slide it out to neutral ice, looking for Lebster. Lebster dumps it in. Fitch chasing after it. He's got pretty good speed as Kansas City gets around him. Mavericks will toss it ahead to center ice. Bouncing puck goes to LeMaster. He'll cross center ice. Step over the line, veer off to the left. Grizzlies get it off the right wing boards. Messner tried to one-hand it ahead. Kansas City gets it back. Mavericks towards the right side behind Utah's defense. Righty shot saved by Barczewski. Mavericks get back up top as they whip it around the wall. Luke LeMaster will shovel it ahead. Puck bounces to the right point. Now Utah takes control off of Kansas City stick. Fitz gets to center ice, and he'll drive it in with some velocity. As Grizzlies spread the ice, puck goes back to neutral ice. Kansas City gets the puck. They'll carry it in 1-on-3. They'll slide it towards the middle of the ice. It's dropped off down the middle. Righty shot is blocked away. Now left side, lefty shot. Saved by Barczewski, and he holds on with 5:10 left in the second. Boy, Jake Barczewski's been outstanding as he has stopped one after another. It's still Utah 1, Kansas City nothing, as there's 5:10 left in the second period. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account.
Mavericks' new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Draws game in the Grizzlies zone, left circle. As Utah still leads 1-0, Derek Dashke as the game's lone goal. He scored 18-18 in, with Mick Mester and Reed Lepser getting the assist. It was a first period goal. Kansas City leads the second period shot count 14-9. Mavericks right side, righty shot is blocked away as Cooper Jones and Tyson Up are out in front of the net. Nate Konepke, high slot, will take a lefty shot that goes wide. Puck ricochets off the Utah backboard. Dashke will throw it towards the near wing wall. David Cotton over in the corner. He gets spun around. Dashke in the area. He boxes out Nolan Sullivan. Kansas City, though, strong with the puck as they'll skeet towards the left point. They'll cycle it back towards Sullivan, who gets taken away by Dashke. Dashke, the Miami of Ohio product, crosses center ice, steps over the line, drops to his left. Grizzlies trying to get it back towards Dashke in a give and go. Kansas City will clear it back out to the Utah line. Jones runs it down, and he will throw it to the right side as it goes past Aragon, and icing is on Utah with 4:25 left in the second. So a ton of long-range passes here so far in the second period. Not many have connected on either side. You know, I mentioned the Grizzlies and their offensive success in the second period. And if you think back to Sunday's game where the Grizzlies won 3-1, it was a scoreless game at about this point in the second period. Then Luke Manning scored on a 3-on-3 situation as there was a series of penalties. He scored about 14 and a half minutes into the second period. And then just under 2 minutes later, it was Matt Araujo giving Utah a 2-0 lead, and the Grizzlies never looked back. Manning will take the draw left circle against Kansas City's Damian Giroux, who missed some time there late first period. He's back in action. Grizzlies will try to bounce it off the near glass. It taps off the glass and then hits off the protective netting. No delay of game penalty. 4:21 left in the second period. Grizzlies have yet to commit a penalty here so far tonight. Kansas City has just committed one, as Bergen got a hooking minor 10:49 into the first period. Giroux will take the draw. He's got 4 years of AHL experience and 1 game of NHL experience with the Minnesota Wild in the final game of the 2022-23 regular season. Manning crouches down low. He's got a point in 5 straight games. Luke Manning, 5'10", 190 pounds. He takes a lot of big faceoffs for the Grizzlies, and Manning wins this one as he overpowered Giroux, as Giroux got laid on his can right at the faceoff circle. Grizzlies dumping in as the puck goes back towards the right side. Colbus Marino hits McCallum as the puck is skied towards center ice. Wood takes it away. As Grizzlies, they've done a good job winning the 50-50 pucks here tonight. Grizzlies try to saucer it towards Wood. It glanced off a stick. Colbus Marino at center ice moves to the middle of the ice. Grizzlies skate in. Manning lefty shot saved by West, and he holds on. Manning had a pretty good look down the middle. He probably could have skated closer in onto West than he did, but he fired away, and West made a glove save. A good job by the Grizzlies creating the chance. Grizzlies have been really crisp with their passes so far. As Manning, I thought that, the first time I saw it, I thought maybe he could have skated in a little bit further, but he had Crawford out in front of him. West was able to make the stop. Connors is on the ice. He'll take the draw in the left circle. He's out there with Ness and Mastrodonato. Grizzlies 7 shots in the first period. They've taken 10 here so far in the second. Draw one by Kansas City as they get around Ness and Connors. Kansas City gets their way to center ice. Now they negotiate their way into the offensive zone. Lemaster delivers a hit as Kansas City trying to center it to Cotton, goes wide. Puck bounced off of 3 sticks. Utah gets it. Mastrodonato right wing, steps over the offensive line, stops in the point. He'll cycle it to the right corner for Ness. Ness gets held up. Connors takes over. As he gets held up, Connors trying to break free. He tried to get it back up top to Lemaster. Kansas City will bounce it back to the Utah line. Grizzlies' Riley Connors gets cut off by a Maverick, and he'll slide it back to Lemaster. Lemaster across to Pike. Pike pedals. Now saucer to the right side for Mastrodonato, who gets around one Maverick. Mastrodonato drops for Connors. Right point, righty shot, stick saved by West. Kansas City gets the rebounds. Mavericks over the offensive line, skating down the middle, as Connors will brush it away towards the right point. Mavericks try to fire towards Barczewski. It missed wide. Utah will literally kick it to the right circle. Mavericks, right side, righty shot, saved by Barczewski. He holds on with 2:48 left in the second. Boy, Jake Barczewski, what can you say about him? 47-48 on Sunday, and so far he's stopped each of the first 27 as he's been a brick wall in net. I believe taking that shot was Casey Crew from the right side as Grizzlies turned it over as it glanced off a Grizzlies skate. And Barczewski's been in the right place at the right point. I'm sure he's got some interesting thoughts going up against Noah West. After all, West was the backup goaltender at Michigan for 3 seasons. Barczewski was there for 1 year during the 2023-24 campaign. Grizzlies won the draw. They'll whip it around the boards. It's going to be Utah's first penalty of the game as puck slid towards the near wing wall. And now Nate Konepke's going after Reed Lebster as Lebster collided with Konepke. And that drew Utah's first penalty of the game as Lebster has to be separated with one of the linesmen. Konepke wanted to go after Lebster. I think Lebster wants to see if Konepke can lose his cool and draw a penalty in his own right. So Lebster talks things over with linesman Kyle Gasperi as Lebster will go to the box for 2 minutes and Kansas City will get their first power play of the game. High sticking is going to be the call. Lebster shakes his head back and forth. Mavericks on the power play this season are 20.7%. Grizzlies penalty kill is 71.4%. So Reed Lebster goes to the box. Lebster kind of skated towards Konepke, hoping that Konepke would lose his cool and pick up a roughing minor. But nevertheless, Utah wins the draw. They'll clear it all the way out. Kansas City will start skating from right to left. Mavericks back in their own zone. They'll get to neutralize with ease. Kansas City crosses center. Crawford will slide it towards the far wing boards near the bench area. McCallum will drop it off as the Mavericks will reset the attack. Kansas City across the center ice. They'll drop it back as the Grizzlies hanging out of their blue line. Kansas City gets tapped away by Mastrodonato, and the whistle blows at center ice as the puck might have been played with a high stick. So draw's going to be at neutral ice, Grizzlies territory. 2:13 left in the second period and 1:30 left in Kansas City's power play. And with the Mavericks being without Cade Borchard, who's currently up in the AHL, and Max Andreov, who's their best center, Kansas City's had to shuffle the power play units a little bit. Connors will take the draw, and he wins it for the Grizzlies cleanly as the Grizzlies will bounce it back to the Kansas City line. About 2 minutes left in the second period. Utah still leads 1-0 on a late first period goal from Derek Dashke. Kansas City tries narrow from the right side. Mavericks deliver a hit as the Grizzlies throw it back into the Kansas City zone. McPherson will drop it off as Kansas City halfway through their power play. Gets over the offensive line, right wing. Mavericks drop it back to McPherson, who gets to the middle of the ice. Mavericks slide it towards the right side, back up top. McPherson, high slot, lefty shot. That one goes wide as he was looking for a redirection out in front. Grizzlies cleared off the near wing boards at center ice. Connors comes off the ice as the Mavericks re-enter from the left wing. Giroux stops before he gets to the left corner. He gets up top. Mavericks pedal towards the high slot. Now they skate towards the left circle. Mavericks at the left goal line. Now back up top. Zach Trott will throw it towards the left goal line. Kansas City skates in. Righty shot saved by Barczewski. Trott towards the left corner. He gets held up by Dashke. Jones will pitch it ahead as Manning collides with a Maverick over along the near wing wall. As a 3-on-3 scrum, puck goes up top to McPherson. He'll back in it ahead. Now backhand shot and a score. McPherson fed it ahead, and scoring is Nathan Dunkley. It's Dunkley's second as a pro, and the Mavericks get a power play goal as they tie it up at 1. Boy, 3-on-3 scrum along the right wing boards. Puck came out towards McPherson. McPherson with a backhand pass ahead towards Dunkley. Dunkley got it about 10 feet in front of the crease. And Dunkley, with a backhand attempt of his own, went stick side past Barczewski. And just like that, we're tied at 1 as the Mavericks light up the scoreboard for the first time tonight. So Nathan Dunkley, it's not his first pro goal, but it is his second. He had 18 goals in 26 games at St. Mary's University this season, and he now has 2 goals, and this is his 4th professional game. So we're tied at 1. Mavericks with a power play goal. and they'll loft it in with less than a minute left. As Lemaster will throw it towards the right point, cut off. Kansas City will feed it back towards the right corner. Mavericks get held up. Taking the puck, we believe, is Connors. As puck bounced off a stick, rolls towards the near circle of the Grizzlies zone. Utah will sweep it back along the near wing wall. Grizzlies will toss it to center ice. Grizzlies back at their line, 25 seconds on a moving clock. Connors gets it over as another Grizzly gets spun around at the center ice circle. Now Griffin Ness chases after as the Grizzlies dump it in. Kansas City will whip it along the near wing wall towards neutral ice. 12 seconds left in the period. Colbus Marino and Manning cut off a Kansas City player's pursuit. Now Briley Wood gets it. He'll cross center ice down the middle. Steps over the line, moves to his left. It's sticked away by the Mavericks. And that will do it for 40 minutes of play over at Cable Dahmer Arena. Grizzlies failed to score a second period goal for just the second time in 18 games. We get a whistle right at the buzzer. I think a penalty might have been called as one of the referees is skating towards the scores table. And I'm not sure. There might be a power play of some sort. We'll check that during the intermission. Nevertheless, Kansas City scored the only second period goal as Justin McPherson fed a pass out in front towards Nathan Dunkley, and Dunkley picked up his second pro goal. He had 18 goals in college earlier this season. Zach Trott also got an assist on the Dunkley goal, as Trott has picked up quite a few points for Kansas City lately. He now has 5 assists, and this is 7th pro game. Trott also coming over from the college level, as he played at St. Francis Xavier University earlier this season. We'll come back and recap the first 40 minutes, and we'll also go over some scores from around the NHL. After 40 minutes of play, it's anybody's game, as Jake Barczewski's been outstanding in net. Kansas City found a way to get a tying goal on a power play with Nathan Dunkley scoring with 59 seconds left in the second period. After 2 frames, it's the Grizzlies 1 and Kansas City 1. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your adventure.
There's no doubt we've had an entertaining game so far, as we're tied at 1 after 2 periods. And really, if you're a Grizzlies fan, you have to love the defensive effort for the Grizzlies in the first 40 minutes of play. And how about Jake Barczewski? He's been outstanding, stopping 29 of 30, and he's done a good job keeping the Grizzlies in it. And Utah has had some recent success against the first-place Kansas City Mavericks. Utah is just 3-4 against Kansas City this year. However, They have won 3 of their last 4 meetings with the Mavericks, including February 28th, where Utah won 3-2 behind a game-winning goal from Matt Araujo with about 5 minutes left in regulation. Grizzlies took a 1-0 lead when Derek Dashke converted on a rebound off a Mick Messner shot. 18-18 was the time of goal. Dashke with his 15th goal of the season. Reed Lepster picked up his 21st assist of the campaign, and Mick Messner got his 19th assist of the season. It was a 5-on-5 goal, and Utah took a 1-0 lead, 18-18 into the first. Grizzlies led 1-0 after one period, and the Grizzlies, when leading after one this season, has a record of 9-3-1-2. Grizzlies really did a great job in the first 36 minutes of play, staying out of the penalty box. Reed Lepster picked up a high sticky minor, 17-17 into the second period. And late in the Kansas City power play, in fact, with 16 seconds left in the power play, there was a 3-on-3 battle over on the right wing boards. Kansas City came out with it. McPherson got to the high slot. He fired a backhand pass towards the net, and about 10 feet in front of the crease, it was accepted by Nathan Dunkley. And Dunkley, with a backhand attempt, stick side, got past Barczewski as the Mavericks tied it up with 59 seconds left in the second period. Time of goal is 19:01 in. Dunkley with his second pro goal. He had 18 goals at St. Mary's University in 25 games earlier this season. Zach Trott also picked up an assist. He now has 5 assists on the season. And so Kansas City, it's been a lot of their newcomers that have played well here so far tonight. You know, guys like Zach Trott and the goal scorer Nathan Dunkley, as Kansas City's had a few injuries, and they've also had some guys called up to the American Hockey League. And so other guys have gotten some opportunities like Trott and Dunkley, and they've really produced well. They've also gotten a good game from Drake Burgeon. Burgeon, who at times has played forward for Kansas City, is actually listed as a forward on Kansas City's game notes. However, he is a defenseman for Kansas City tonight. He picked up the game's lone penalty, but he's played well. Owen Cole's making his pro debut, and he's off to a good start for Kansas City. And so even though the Mavericks have been without quite a few players, they've found a way to hang in there. For the Grizzlies, they've had some good performances from newcomers. A lot of it, you know, and certainly in terms of how the Grizzlies have played defensively, a lot of it is something you won't see on a stat sheet. But the Grizzlies have done a good job winning the 50-50 pucks. They've done a good job being physical along the boards. The Grizzlies have played a pretty good brand of hockey here so far tonight, as we're tied at 1 after 2 periods, with Barczewski really standing out in net. Regardless of which team wins the game, I got to imagine the Barczewski could be one of the 3 stars. Believe it or not, on Sunday, in his 47-save performance, he did not get any of the stars. The Grizzlies did get goals from 3 different players. Barczewski certainly earned a star on Sunday, but maybe tonight he'll get that honor. Well, it's anybody's game. Barczewski and the Grizzlies are tied at 1 after 2 periods. Utah has 18 shots through 2 periods, and it's been a very balanced attack in terms of who's taken the shots. Dashke has 1 goal on 2 shots. Utah also has 2 shots from Mastrodonato, as well as Wood, Manning, and Riley Connors. And then the Grizzlies have 1 shot each from a handful of players. For Kansas City, Nathan Dunkley has 1 goal, and he leads the Mavericks with 5 shots. Nate Konepke and Jackson Berezowski, as well as Zach Trott, all 3 of those guys have 4 shots. Casey Crew has 3 shots, and a bunch of other Mavericks with 1 shot through 2 periods. As Kansas City took 12 shots in the first, 18 in the second, and they've got 30 through 2 periods. For the Grizzlies, they have 7 shots in the first, 11 in the second, and they have 18 through 2 periods. It's one of 4 games in the 4-letter league this afternoon or this evening. 2 games have gone final. Jacksonville defeats Orlando 3-2. Crane scored the game winner for Jacksonville 11-15 into the 3rd period. Florida scored 4 unanswered 3rd period goals as they break a 1-1 tie, and the Everblades come away with a 5-1 victory. Interestingly enough, a very low shot count in the game. Florida had 23 shots and Greenville had 18. Everblades come up with a victory. They have won 3 championships in a row, and they are certainly looking strong. South Carolina is going to be a tough team in the South Division, but Florida has played great hockey as of late. The Everblades, come playoff time, they just seem to know how to win. Florida now has 90 standings points on the season, and they are 1 point behind South Carolina for the lead in the South Division. We mentioned the Grizzlies and their 1-1 tie with Kansas City. There's one other game in progress, and that is late in the first period where the Idaho Steelheads have a 3-0 lead over the Allen Americans. Patrick Kudla, Mason McCarty, and Dimitrios Komatsis each have a goal for the Steelheads. Idaho has outshot Allen 11-6 as the Americans start a long road trip. They have 3 games in Idaho this week, and then the Americans will be in the Salt Lake Valley for pretty much the entire week next week as they will bus from Boise over to the Salt Lake Valley, and Allen will face the Utah Grizzlies in a 3-game series next week at Mavericks Center. That's going to be March 26th, 28th, and 29th. We'll go over the Grizzlies' next homestand here in a few minutes. After late first period, Idaho leads Allen 3-0. There's a minute left in the first period. When we come back, we will recap and talk about the 2 NHL games tonight. The Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, are in action, and we'll give you the score on the other side. The Kansas City Mavericks NHL affiliate is also in action tonight. That is the Seattle Kraken. After 2 periods, it's the Utah Grizzlies 1 and the Kansas City Mavericks 1. We'll skate. I think the Grizzlies are actually going to get a power play. Remember, there was a little bit of a commotion at the end of the first period, and we were wondering if there was a penalty either way. It does look like Kansas City's Nolan Sullivan picked up a cross-checking minor, and so we believe the Grizzlies will start the third period on a power play. Attendance tonight's already been counted at Cable Dahmer Arena, 3,249. They're seeing a good game through 40 minutes. We'll come back and talk NHL hockey on the other side as we're tied at 1 after 2 periods of play. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. We do believe the Grizzlies will be on a power play to start the third period as Nolan Sullivan got a cross-checking minor. Well, the Grizzlies NHL affiliate, the Colorado Avalanche, lose 2-1 to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Austin Matthews scored 28 seconds into the second period on a power play goal. Nichukin scored for Colorado 2:48 into the second period. Steven Lorentz picked up the game winner. He scored a shorthanded goal, 2:53 into the third period, with Benoit getting his 7th assist of the year, and Toronto held on for a 2-1 victory. Colorado outshot Toronto 39-26, but Joseph Wall saved 38 of 39, and he comes away with the victory. Austin Matthews was the game's #1 star, and Lorentz is just the 3rd star, even though Lorentz picked up what turned out to be the game-winning goal. As Toronto comes away with the 2 standings points, Colorado will be in action once again tomorrow evening as they take on the Ottawa Senators. Getting underway in a few minutes. In fact, the game probably has gotten underway now. The Kansas City NHL affiliate, the Seattle Kraken, are in action tonight against the Minnesota Wild. Seattle is 30, 34, and 5 on the year. The Wild are 38, 25, and 5. Those are the only 2 games in the National Hockey League tonight. Tomorrow at 7 o'clock, the Utah Hockey Club hosts the Buffalo Sabres. I got to imagine Utah is going to bounce back after losing 7-1 last night. I know a lot of Utah hockey fans are talking about like the sky is falling. After all, it's going to happen a handful of times a year where a team just doesn't have it, and especially on the road in a place like Edmonton, you know, some nights are just not your night. Last night was not the Utah Hockey Club's night, but as we saw last week where Utah lost to Seattle and then they bounced back to get a road victory against Vancouver, I got to imagine Utah coming back home. They will face a team in the Buffalo Sabres who are going to miss the playoffs once again. I think Utah is going to have a bounce-back effort, and I think Clayton Keller is going to have a big game tomorrow for the Utah Hockey Club. Keller's been outstanding this year as he has 24 goals and 51 assists. That should be a fun one tomorrow night as Utah hosts Buffalo. I think it's the Buffalo Sabres' first ever appearance in the Salt Lake Valley. And I got to imagine, if you're Allen Americans broadcaster Tommy Daniels, Boise's only about 5 hours away. And Tommy Daniels, I think, grew up in the Buffalo area. He was a big Buffalo Bills fan. I think he's a Buffalo Sabres fan. I got to imagine Tommy Daniels is thinking about making a trip over to the Salt Lake Valley tomorrow and catching that game with the Sabres taking on the Utah Hockey Club. Well, when we come back, we'll talk some hockey as Grizzlies have 5 home games left in the regular season. We'll talk about the upcoming fun promotions and stuff that's going to be happening at Mavericks Center. And we'll also have third period action as Grizzlies and the Mavericks are tied at 1. But we do believe the Grizzlies are going to be on a power play to start the third period as Kansas City's Nolan Sullivan got a cross-checking minor after the conclusion of the second period. We're tied at 1. It's anybody's game as we'll head into the third period rather shortly. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
Well, after tonight, there's just 10 games left in the regular season for the Grizzlies. 5 games will be at Mavericks Center. Don't forget, next week, the Grizzlies will host the Allen Americans in a 3-game set, March 26th, 28th, and 29th. Next Wednesday will be a Bud Light Wednesday, March 26th, as the Grizzlies start a series with the Allen Americans. Face-off will be at 7:10. And then Friday, March 28th, 9 days from now, will be Youth Sports Night. It's also going to be an AFCU Friday. That should be a ton of fun. That's going to be at 7:10. And then Saturday, March 29th, will be Retro Night, presented by Hercules First Credit Union. Go to the Grizzlies social media channels to see what the Grizzlies throwback jerseys are going to look like that they will wear on March 29th. I believe those jerseys you can also get on the Dash Auction app, and it is a very sweet-looking jersey. And I got to imagine that if you got a little bit of loose change, in fact, probably a lot of loose change, find a way to bid on one of those jerseys, as Retro Night is certainly going to be a hit this season. And that's going to be on March 29th, as Retro Night is presented by Hercules First Credit Union. And then the Grizzlies have 2 more home games after that, as the Tahoe Night Monsters come into town April 4th and 5th for a 2-game series. Friday, April 4th will be Star Wars night. A lot of people are looking forward to that, as the Grizzlies will look to use the Force to eliminate the Evil Empire Tahoe Night Monsters. And then Saturday, April 5th, will be Fan Appreciation Night, presented by Les Schwab Tires. Get your tickets to UtahGrizzlies.com, or if it's during business hours and you think, I better call the Grizzlies up, give the Grizzlies a call at 801-988-8000. That's 801-988-8000. Now, I can't imagine, I don't think there's going to be people that are sitting by right now to take your calls. But remember, business hours, if you're just sitting at work and you're thinking, you know what, I got to go to the Grizzlies game, you can go to UtahGrizzlies.com. You can talk with, Patrick McCarthy, get his thoughts on things. Patrick's a NC State fan, and even though his basketball team's not in the NCAA tournament, it looks like they're looking after Will Wade to be their next basketball coach. You can talk to Patrick about that. You can talk to Cam Levy. He's had a tough time with his Utah Utes missing the NCAA tournament again. You can talk to Dylan. Maybe you could talk to Zach. Maybe you get Flocka on the line, or maybe you get a talk with Alina. Either way, give the Grizzlies a call during business hours, as the operators will be sitting by. Looks like we're about set for third period action over at Cable Dahmer Arena, If you're tuned in on YouTube, we're trying to describe the game the best we can. Unfortunately, we're at the mercy of this Flow Sports feed. And, we're having some fun along the way. And for the Grizzlies, they played pretty well as they're hanging tough with one of the best teams in the league. Kansas City's in first place in the Mountain Division, and they lead the Mountain Division by 6 points over the Tahoe Night Monsters. Grizzlies will start the third period on a power play as Nolan Sullivan got a cross-checking minor 20 minutes into the second period. So Grizzlies will start the third with Craig Armstrong, Luke Manning, and Briley Wood. Up top is Griffin Ness, and we're not sure who the other guy is. I think it might be Garrett Pike, as the Mavericks win the draw, and they'll throw it deep into the Grizzlies zone. Utah skates from right to left as we attempt to see the game on Flow Sports. Pike gets the puck. He'll move it to his left. Armstrong crosses center ice. He'll zip it to his left. Manning over the line as he'll toss it in deep. Ness spins around a Maverick, and the Mavericks clear it out as Pike will run after the puck. As Barczewski behind his net will lay it behind Utah's net. Grizzlies 30 seconds into the power play as Pike will push it his right. Grizzlies cross center ice, and they'll nudge it in. Utah will lead it off the end boards, Kansas City zone. Mavericks will tap it off a stick. Now Kansas City will carry it to neutral ice 2-on-2. As Mavericks zip it towards the right side, left side, Thomas Farrell skates in. As a Grizzly goes sprawling around, Utah takes control of the puck as they cross center ice. Manny gets the tapped away back to neutral ice. He gets held up by Jimmy Mazza. Grizzlies get it with Griffin Ness. He'll skate towards the left circle, take a righty shot. Saved by Noah West, and the Mavericks clear it out. Is it delay of game? The puck ended up in the Kansas City bench, and it looks like it bounced off a Maverick as Landon McCallum is looking nearby. As looks like the Kansas City trainer looking at him. As the Mavericks trying to clear it out. Ness had a good look from the left side, and the Mavericks fired it into their own bench, and it looks like the puck bounced off of Landon McCallum. Boy, Armstrong was looking for a second chance off the Ness shot as it bounced off of West, and Armstrong, as he was trying to shovel the puck towards the net, swung and missed. 55 seconds are left in Utah's power play. Grizzlies make a line change during the whistle. Utah wins the offensive zone draw. Dashke drops to the right side. Grizzlies get it back up top to Dashke. He'll push to his left for Lebster. Lebster fakes a shot, throws it to the middle of the ice for Connors. Connors back up top to Dashke. Mastrodonato over to Dashke. Back to the right side. The Maestro trying to get it across to Lebster. Kansas City gets the stick in the way as the puck hippity hops towards Dashke. Connors drops for Dashke in the left point. He fires towards the net, and it's kicked away by West, who moved towards his left to get a piece of it. Down the middle of the ice, Connors feeds it to his right. Mastrodonato dances to the right point. He'll guide it up top to Dashke. Dashke fires towards the net, and it's sticked away about 5 feet in front of West. Puck bounces to the right side, and it saucers out to neutral ice. Grizzlies skate back in. Dashke to the left side, stops the point. He'll throw it to the left corner. Lebster moves it across. Grizzlies have a glance off of Mastrodonato's stick. Out of the penalty box is Nolan Sullivan. Utah is now 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. So we're still tied at 1, 2 minutes into the third period. Kansas City out to center ice as Mavericks right wing cross center ice and backhanded in. Dashke will chase after it as he gets a good check in the back from a Kansas City player. Puck towards the right corner. Lebster gets the puck. He'll skate around Barczewski's net. He'll push it to the Utah line. Grizzlies will skate back deeper in their own zone as Utah spreads the ice. As Grizzlies will bounce one across, far circle. Grizzlies patient with their approach. They'll guide it to the center ice. Nicolette's gets hit around center ice. He'll move it to his left, looking for upper. Pike, left circle, takes a lefty shot, saved by West. As Kansas City, 3 minutes into the third period, will tap it out to center ice. Puck lances off a stick, and it slides deep in the Grizzlies zone as it's run down by Luke Lemaster. Lemaster will get it towards Connors. As Manny gets pinned to the right wing boards by a Maverick. Another Grizzly skates over. Jimmy Mazza gets it. Mavericks in the offensive zone. They move it to the left side. As Kansas City skates around Barczewski's net towards the near side. Mavericks fire a righty shot. Saved by Barczewski. Puck still alive. Kansas City dance around the right corners. They get double teamed. Lemaster over the area. As Kansas City will cycle it back to the left point. Mavericks patient with their approach as well. Kansas City to the left corner cycles it. as Manning delivers a hit on a Maverick. Kansas City towards the right corner as Kansas City gets towards the right circle. Righty shot's blocked away. Grizzlies will throw it back towards the left corner as Upper gets spun around. Puck cycles back towards the right wing. Kansas City will get it back up top. Thomas Farrell fires towards the net, is blocked away by Nicolettes. And the Mavericks will make a line change 4 minutes into the third period. Grizzlies will switch up forwards as well. We're tied at 1. It's anybody's game as the Grizzlies turn it over. Down the middle of the ice, lefty shot. That misses wide. Barczewski might have gotten a piece of it. Boy, the Grizzlies got away with one. 2-on-2 battle in the corner. Fits in the area as he's trying to yank the puck away. Puck goes up top. Kansas City keeps in the offensive zone. Left point. Lefty shot saved by Barczewski. And he will hold on to it with 15:32 left in the third. Boy, Grizzlies turned it over. Kansas City, I couldn't quite tell who it was, but the Mavericks, boy, they had a golden opportunity to take a 2-1 lead and either miss the net or Barczewski was able to make a big save. So draws give me the Grizzlies zone. Kansas City's taking 33 shots to the Grizzlies 20. Mavericks win the draw. Crew, left wing righty shot saved by Barczewski. As a puck towards the right corner, Webster throws to the middle of the ice, picked off by Kansas City. Backhand attempt is fanned on as Mavericks dance around to the right side. As Drake Burgeon, listed as a forward on Kansas City's game notes, but as a defenseman. Kansas City from the right corner, backhands it towards Barczewski, and he covers up. Play stops with 15:09 left in the third. Good shift by the Kansas City forwards as Carew will skate towards the bench. He's out there with Cole and Chase Brand. So Manning will take the draw against Sullivan. Draws in the right circle of the Grizzlies zone. Barczewski is saved 35 of 36. Grizzlies won the faceoff, and they'll tattoo it off the near glass. Puck will slide deep into the Maverick zone. No icing on the play. Armstrong gets there about the same time as a Maverick. Puck towards the near corner. Grizzlies hold their ground. As the puck goes back up top, Araujo tried to throw it back into traffic. And the puck slides towards the middle of the ice. Sullivan gets it. He'll race out to center ice. No chip it in from the left wing. Puck ricochets off the end glass, deep in the Grizzlies zone. As Armstrong over to the near side, Grizzlies will whip it ahead. And it looks like icing is on Utah as we get a stoppage of play with 14:34 left in the third. First of a 3-game set. Grizzlies have had quite a few scratches tonight. As Luke Manning having some words with Luke Lowhite. Earlier today, the Grizzlies claimed forward Josh Thrower off waivers from the Kansas City Mavericks. Thrower at 67 penalty minutes in 42 games. He's a physical forward, 6'2", 225 pounds. A penalty is called as Trevor Warford, the referee, signals a holding penalty. I think it's on Kansas City as the draw is going to be in the Mavericks zone. And Nolan Sullivan, for the second time in this third period, will take a penalty. He had a cross-check that had him in the box for the first 2 minutes of the third period. And now Sullivan gets a holding minor, 14:34 into the third. So we're still tied at 1. Luke Manning will take the draw. He's got Riley Connors to his left as a Maverick off the screen tripped him up. Damian Drew's kicked out of the face-off circle. David Cott will take the draw. Mester wins the face-off. Dashke will move it to his right to Mastrodonato. Back to Dashke in the high slot. Over to the Maestro just outside the right circle. Back to Dashke. Dashke over to Mastrodonato. Over to Dashke, who leads Utah with 8 power play goals. So slide it back to Mastrodonato. Over to Dashke, who guides it towards his left for Lepster. One-timer, sticked away by Noah West. Puck towards the left corner. Up top to Dashke, across to Mastrodonato. Back up top to Dashke in the high slot. He'll slide towards his right, and he'll get the puck towards Mastrodonato, who guides it back to Dashke. Dashke skates towards his left. He'll drop it to the high slot for Lepster. Lepster back to Dashke, who's now on the left wing. Glanced off a Dashke stick. And Dashke will force it towards the left corner. Kansas City gets it, and they'll helicopter it all the way towards Barczewski. Barczewski outlets it to Dashke. As he'll skate towards neutral ice, Dashke will lead it to his right. Grizzlies step over the offensive line. Lepster skates to the right corner. He'll zip it around the wall. Utah gets it back up top. Dashke across to Mastrodonato. Skates towards the right circle. Drops it back for Connors. Connors and Mastrodonato back up top. Dashke over to Lebster. One-timer is blocked away by Jimmy Mazza. Puck goes back towards Lebster in the left corner. Try to get up top towards Dashke. Gets cut off by Connors, who battles with the Maverick. Puck goes up top, but it's past Dashke, and the Grizzlies will reshuffle the deck. Kansas City gets 4 fresh tires on their penalty kill. 35 seconds left and counting in Utah's power play, about 7 minutes into the third period. We're still tied at 1. Armstrong over the offensive line, and he'll whip it around the boards. Wood trying to reverse it back towards Armstrong. Kansas City clears it out. Grizzlies back in new tries. Pike crosses center ice. He gets it taken away as it's tapped away by Nathan Dunkley, who has Kansas City's lone goal. Armstrong races after it. Kansas City along the far side collides with the Grizzly. Armstrong in the area again as the puck cycles behind Kansas City's net. Loose puck run down by the Mavericks, and they'll tap it off the near glass as it goes into the Grizzlies zone. We're back to even strength as Nolan Sullivan's out of the box. 7.5 minutes into the third period. We're still tied at 1. Grizzlies with a long-range feed that doesn't connect. Utah will make another line change. Kansas City will lead it ahead to new tries as rink-wide feed by Nolan Cole goes wide of the mark. As Grizzlies towards the right point, Kansas City gets spun around. Mavericks take it at center ice. Kansas City lose the puck at new tries. Nicoletz hits the ice, and now we get a whistle. Brand will look towards his right and left as he's trying to figure out what's going on. I wonder if Nicoletz hitting the ice drew a penalty. Grizzlies have already had 2 third-period power plays. Slashing is going to be the call, but it might be on the Grizzlies as Aaron Aragon appears to be headed to the box. And now it's going to be a Kansas City power play as Aaron Aragon, with a college-style cage in front of his face. He's sporting an A on his sweater. It looks like he goes to the box. Kansas City will be on the power play when we come back. About 12 minutes left in the third period. It's Utah 1, Kansas City 1. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
Well, we got a good game going at Cable Dahmer Arena. Grizzlies have had 2 third-period power plays. Utah's 0 for 3 on the man advantage. Kansas City is 1 for 1 on the power play. Aaron Aragon gets a slashing minor, 7:59 into the third period. Mavericks have outshot the Grizzlies 6-2 in the third period, and Kansas City has a 36-20 edge in the shot count. Jake Barczewski's been outstanding to keep the Grizzlies in it. Kansas City will be on the power play, draws over in the left circle as Nathan Dunkley wins it. He'll throw it up top. Left side, Kansas City tries to force it across. Puck bounces. Barczewski dives, and it looks like Barczewski is held on as he is laying in the crease. Kansas City tried to force it in as Mavericks had towards the left side. Barczewski saves the day. Kansas City trying to get across towards Dunkley. Dunkley, as the Mavericks fed a pass through the crease, and puck ended up towards Dunkley. Dunkley didn't get all of it as it slid towards the left pad of Barczewski, and the Grizzlies goaltender was able to hold on. The officials, with Aaron Aragon sitting in the penalty box, will look at the scores table. It looks like they're going to look at it. They're going to look at video replay to see if the puck crossed the goal line. Well, it looked like from what we saw, Barczewski had made a great save with his left pad, and we never did see the puck cross the goal line as Barczewski's pad was laying in the crease, and it looks like it should still be a 1-1 game, although the 2 referees are going to look it over just to make sure. Obviously, you want to make sure to get it right. Barczewski, once again, saves the day, and the great thing about a guy like Barczewski, he can make the routine saves, but every now and then he can make a highlight variety stop. as Dunkley had the puck. He didn't get all of it, just kind of glanced off his stick, and then Barczewski just kind of lunged the puck with his left and didn't get to see the signal from the referee, but I believe it's no goal as he's going to skate back towards the Grizzly zone. It's still a 1-1 game. So what a stop by Jake Barczewski. That's got to be one of the saves of the week in the league, I got to imagine. As Kansas City wins the draw, Mavericks towards the left side, gets the left goal line. Kansas City dangles back and forth. They get to the left circle. As dancing around is Zach Trott. Trott, he'll feed it across. Mavericks get back up top. As McPherson over to Trott. Left circle, take a lefty shot, and that one's blocked away. As the puck goes behind Utah's net, Grizzlies win a 50-50 puck, and they'll zip it across the near wing boards all the way towards Noah West, the Kansas City goaltender. Grizzlies make a line change. Kansas City will get across center ice as McPherson throws in the middle of the ice. Soft pass picked off by Utah. Manny gets cut off before he got towards the Kansas City blue line. And the Grizzlies shoveled ahead, but it's intercepted at center ice. Kansas City will skate towards the right corner, but they're offside as the puck ended up back towards neutral ice. 11:02 is left in the third period, and 1:02 is left in Kansas City's power play. If you joined us late, Derek Dashke gave Utah a 1-0 lead. He scored 18-18 into the first. Kansas City tied it up on a power play goal 19:01 into the second, as Nathan Dunkley got his second of the year with McPherson and Trott getting the assists. And that's where we sit. Both goaltenders and both defensive units have been pretty solid here so far. Grizzlies win the neutral zone draw. They'll dump it in. Mavericks skate from left to right as we attempt to see the game on Flow Sports as they're on the power play for the second time tonight. Mavericks cross center ice. Carew will drive it in. He gets around Connors as back behind Utah's net. Kansas City continues to battle as a Maverick gets pushed along the end boards. Mavericks get up top. Crawford sips it to his left. Now back to the right side. McCallum, right circle, throws it to the middle of the ice, but it was overled from Maverick. And the Grizzlies will bounce to the left point. It's kept in, but it glanced off the stick onto Utah, who clears it back to neutral ice. As Griffin Ness gets to the Kansas City line, he'll drive it in deeper as he'll come off for a change. Kansas City crosses center ice. McCallum will toss it to his right. Mavericks lead it towards the middle of the ice. Cotton trying to get around two Grizzlies. Utah sticks it away. 2 seconds left in the power play. Grizzlies will clear it off the near wing boards. Aragon's out of the box. It's a successful penalty kill by the Grizzlies. They are 1 for 2 on the PK tonight. We're tied at 1 halfway through the third period. Kansas City spreads the ice. They'll lead it out to neutral ice. Low height gets around one Grizzly, skates down the middle, take a righty shot. Glove saved by Barczewski. And he holds on. Now there's a little bit of a commotion as Low height and McCallum got pretty close towards Barczewski. As there's 9:43, that's the time remaining third period. Kansas City's outshot Utah 38-20, but we're still tied at 1 as it's been the Jake Barczewski show once again for the Grizzlies. Low height with a beautiful move, getting around Masher Donato, took the shot, and then Barczewski was able to make the save. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land.
Every new day is a chance to be kinder to your body and your mind. U of U Health is here to help you build strength and confidence every day. Let us help you be a better you. U of U Health, official health partner for the Utah Jazz, Utah Hockey Club, Utes Athletics, and the Utah Grizzlies. Take the first step today at uofuhealth.org.
If you like defense and goaltending, this is the game for you. Both goaltenders have been outstanding, and Jake Barczewski, boy, what a show he's putting on once again. He has saved 37 of 38. Draws give me the Grizzlies zone. It's anybody's game as we're still tied at 1. Luke Manning's got a 5-game point scoring streak on the line. Keaton Mastrodonato's got a goal in 3 straight. The Grizzly gets kicked out of the faceoff circle. Draw in the left circle of the Grizzlies zone 1 by Kansas City as we're skating 5-on-5. Mavericks will guide it towards the left wing, left point. Righty shot is blocked away with traffic out in front of Barcheski, about 2 guys on either side. Kansas City gets towards the right wing, dancing around. Drake Bergen will skate towards the right corner. Puck goes back up top, right side. Kansas City centers it. Lefty shot is blocked away by Barcheski as he was sprawling towards his right. He collided with David Cotton. Grizzlies get the puck, and they will saucer it ahead. Utah gets the center ice. They'll bounce to their right. Utah tries to find a cutter out in front, but Kansas City was back defensively as they surrounded the Grizzly cutting towards the net, and that was Riley Connors. Kansas City crosses center ice, right wing. Over the line, Bergen will drop it off as Kansas City dances around as Trot gets to his left, puck off a stick, and it slides back to neutral ice. Kansas City resets. So guide it ahead. Drew will throw it to the middle of the ice. Kansas City's Trot gets around a Grizzly, takes a shot, and he scores. Zach Trot gives Kansas City a 2-1 lead as he got around a Grizzly, veered off to the left, got to the left circle, and he fired a glove side past Barcheski. So Zach Trot now has 1 goal and 1 assist tonight, and the Mavericks score 2 unanswered as they take a 2-1 lead. Trot got around Kulbis Moreno, got to the left circle, and he fired a quick-looking wrist shot past Barcheski. Good move by Zach Trot, who appears to be a spotlight performer for Kansas City tonight. He just completed a college career at St. Francis Xavier University. It looks like he's going to be a good one. Trot had 11 goals in 30 games for St. Francis this season, and he gets his second in a Kansas City uniform. So it's now 2-1. Luke Manning tries to skate over the offensive line. He loses his balance left wing. Now the puck back to neutral ice. Kansas City overskates it as they bounce it off a Grizzly skate, and that was Manning. As Pike moves it across. Lemaster back to Pike down the middle of the ice. 8.5 minutes left in the third period. Mavericks now lead 2-1. Grizzlies drive it into the left corner of the Kansas City zone as Farrell throws it from one corner to the other. Grizzlies have been good with 50-50 pucks here so far tonight. Utah cycles it back around. Manning gets around a Maverick. Now throw it from one corner to the other to Armstrong. Armstrong back up top. Grizzlies right point. Righty shot is blocked as the puck will slide all the way deep into the Grizzlies zone. It's run down by Lemaster. Skates around Barcheski's net. Lemaster gets back checked. Puck towards the left corner. Kansas City takes it. They look for a centering pass. Nobody home off a Grizzly stick. Down the middle of the ice. Righty shot goes wide. Grizzlies clear it back to center ice and beyond as it goes into the Kansas City zone where a Maverick runs it down. Mavericks zip a long-range pass. Disconnects with everybody. It goes all the way down for an icing with 7:28 left in the third. So Mavericks have doubled up the Grizzlies 40-20 in the shot count. Zach Trot scored his second goal of the year with Damian Giroux and Jimmy Mazza getting the assist time of goal 11-17 into the third period. Well, who's going to be for the Grizzlies to find a way to tie it up? Recently, Matt Araujo scored some big goals. Could it be Keaton Mastrodonato? Who's going to get the tying goal for the Grizzlies? Utah wins the draw. Dashke fires towards the net and it's blocked. Too much traffic out in front of Noah West. Grizzlies towards the right wing. Fire away, and it gets blocked. Puck slides towards West. The Mavericks will tattoo it off the near wall. Kept in by Dashke. He'll drive it in deep. West behind his net will cut it off. As the Mavericks will chip it back to center ice. Grizzlies glove it and drop it. Jones gets spun around. As Utah was wanting a call, none to be had. Puck goes back to the Kansas City line. Mavericks up with it. It's Mavericks in a mostly white jersey with orange in the middle of it. Mavericks in a white number will throw it towards the left wing. Now Kansas City enters on side. Back to the right side. One-timer swung and missed by Owen Cole in his pro debut. Grizzlies clear it out to center. Mavericks get towards center ice, and they'll chip it towards the right side looking for low height. He gets it knifed away by Dashke. Dashke spins it across. Now the puck rolls towards Nicolet's at the Utah line. Back to Dashke. Delayed penalty, and it's going to be on Kansas City as Barcheski will skate towards the bench. Griffin Ness will drop it as the Grizzlies work the puck around. Utah's going to be on a power play soon. Grizzlies will bounce to the right side. If they can get to less than 6 minutes left in the third period, they can get a timeout to keep everybody fresh. And now a Grizzly knocks down a Maverick. Kansas City touches it up. 6:12 is left in the third. And let's see, Nolan Sullivan taps the stick with Mastrodonato. Sullivan's already had 2 penalties in the third period. Is he going to get another one? We're not sure the penalty is going to be on, but it's going to be a Grizzlies power play as Sullivan and Mastrodonato have a lighter moment as both guys will skate towards the Kansas City line. So it is going to be a Utah power play. We don't see who's in the box for Kansas City or what they did wrong. Luke Lowhite is in the box for Kansas City. He shakes his head back and forth. He looks like he's in a state of disbelief as he can't believe the call was made. Messner will take the draw. He's out there with Connors and Lebster. Up top might be Mastrodonato and Dashke, but I guess you have to be there to find out. So it's Utah power play down 2-1. Here 2/3 of the way through the third period. Draw one by the Mavericks. They'll skate around their goaltender towards the far side. The Mavericks will clear it all the way out towards Barcheski. 6 minutes left on a moving clock. Derek Dashke has the puck. He'll skate towards new try, so chip it behind him. Mastrodonato gets it. He'll cross center ice. The Maestro, 15 goals this season, moves to his left for Messner. Messner will roll the puck along the boards. Kansas City to the right corner, throws it up but not out. Right point, Grizzlies chip it across. Puck ricochets off the wall, and Kansas City gets it, and they clear it out. Dashke to new tries will drop it. Grizzlies cross center ice down the middle. As Mastrodonato gets it poked away, Messner will slide it towards his left for Dashke. Dashke fires towards the net, but wide. And the whistle blows. I guess the Grizzlies were offside. 5:26 is left in the third period. 1:15 is left in Utah's power play. This Grizzlies looking for the tying goal. Utah's power play has struggled here recently. Utah does have 7 games of 2 or more power play goals. Grizzlies have 5 power play goals against Kansas City this season. It's the 8th meeting between the clubs this year. Utah's 3-4 against Kansas City, but remember the Grizzlies have won 3 of the last 4 games against the Mavericks. Pike gets it. He'll skate back into the Grizzlies zone as the Grizzlies spread the ice. They look to enter with some momentum. Pike will drop it off. Grizzlies get to new try, so che'll chip it towards their left. Manning gets to his right as Grizzlies enter the offensive zone towards the right corner. Utah delivers a hit. Grizzlies get it up top to Pike, across to Armstrong. He'll skate towards left circle. Now lay it on a tee for Wood. Wood gets back to the high slot, back to Wood. He's in the left circle, back up top. Pike fakes a shot. He'll slide it to his right. Grizzlies right circle. Righty shot's blocked away before it got to West. Armstrong throws it back to Griffin Ness, back to Armstrong, who lays it for Ness, who skates along the goal line towards the near side. Now he skates around the net, pitches to Wood. Wood towards Pike. One-timer goes wide. Puck slides towards the left wing, kept in by Wood. Across to Pike, who fakes one-timer over to Wood. One-timer goes wide. Oh, he got all of it, but just missed the net. Stick side on West. 15 seconds left in the power play. Kansas City will clear it out. Wood will stride after it. 4 of the Grizzlies will come off the ice for a change. Less than 10 seconds left in the power play. Wood will race out to center ice with speed. Steps over the offensive line. Veers to the right circle. Drops to the right point. Kansas City anticipated it as they take the puck away, and they'll clear it all the way towards Barcheski. Luke Lowhite out of the box. He'll skate towards the bench. About 4 minutes left in the third period. Utah is frantically trying to tie it up as Kansas City leads 2-1. Grizzlies over the line. Lebster gets it taken away. Mavericks looking for some insurance as they'll step in left side. They stop at the point, get challenged by Jones. Jones shuffles towards the left corner with the Maverick as Utah takes the puck. As they'll drop it for Dashke in the far corner of the Grizzlies zone. Utah skates from right to left in the period. Utah out to center ice. Messner over the line, drops to his left for Matt Fitz. Fitz left wing. He'll take a righty shot, and that's blocked by Crawford. 3.5 minutes left in the third period. Mavericks curl it around their net. Kansas City thinking about a long-range feed, and they'll keep it in their own zone. Now, a quick cross-ice pass angle right misconnects. Grizzlies get it over towards Nicoletz. Nicoletz fires a hot pass towards the right corner of the Kansas City zone. Upper battles with Cropper. Puck goes towards the right side. Utah zips it across. Araujo cycles it back around. Upper lets it go towards the right wing. Nicoletz gets up top. High faked up top to the slot. Throws to the right circle. Grizzlies skate around West net as Kulbis Marino will drop it off. Upper will skate towards the right point. He'll slide it across. Araujo's in the left point. He fires towards the net, but not that close to it. He was looking for a redirection off the end boards. As a Grizzly delivers a hit, Upper keeps it in the right point. He'll slide it in deep as a Maverick regains his balance in front of his goaltender. Kansas City towards the near corner. Will helicopter out to center ice. Off pass connects. Kansas City's got breakaway. Skate in, back in. Shot. What a stop by Barczewski. He holds on with 2:28 left in the third. Boy, Kansas City helicoptered a pass that split the Grizzlies defense. Mavericks had a breakaway, and Barczewski saves the day. Kansas City leads 2-1 with 2.5 minutes left in the third period. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Mavericks' new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
It's been an exciting game over at Cable Dahmer Arena. Mavericks lead the Grizzlies 2-1 as there's 2.5 minutes left in the third period. Derek Dashke got Utah on the board 18-18 into the first period with Messner and Lepster getting the assists. Kansas City scored a late second period goal on a power play as Nathan Dunkley got his second as a pro. And then 11-17 into the third period, it was Zach Trott scoring his second as a pro. Damian Giroux and Jimmy Mazza picked up the assists. Draws in the Grizzlies zone, 2:28 left in the third. Jake Barczewski's been outstanding as he has saved 39 of 41. Mavericks have outshot the Grizzlies 11-2 in the second period. Draw one by the Grizzlies. They're in their own zone, skating from right to left as Utah will loft it towards center ice. It's taken away by Kansas City. Crawford collides with Riley Connors. Puck goes deep in the Grizzlies zone. Barczewski's still in there. As Utah towards right corner, will slide it towards Pike. Smoke him if you got him. Utah's going to find a way to tie it up here. As Pike over to Dashke. Dashke directs it towards center ice. Somebody off the screen, Messner battles. Now Kansas City comes up with it. Barczewski's still in there. Cotton will veer off to the left. He'll take a lefty shot that goes wide as it deflects out of play with 1:54 left in the third. So Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone, and because of that, Barczewski is going to have to stay out there. Boy, for the Grizzlies, Kansas City's done a pretty good job challenging the Grizzlies at neutral ice, making the Grizzlies work to get into Kansas City territory. If the Grizzlies get the puck into the Mavericks zone, you can be assured that Barczewski's going to come off for an extra attacker. Sullivan will take the draw against Connors. Sullivan's taking all the big face-offs for Kansas City tonight. He wins it. Mavericks towards the left side. Konepke skates towards a high slot. His shot gets redirected. A glove gets fallen behind the net, and that's a Grizzly glove. Utah will slide it out towards neutral ice, but the puck was overled for Garrett Pike. Kansas City dumps it back in. Barczewski's still in there. 1.5 left in the third. Masher Donato will guide it towards his right. Utah will carry it across center ice, and Kansas City takes it away from Messner as they'll throw it towards Barczewski. It was skating off the ice. Icing is on Kansas City, and Barczewski had to stay in there after Kansas City took the puck away from Messner at center ice. Kansas City gets called for icing as there's 1:22 left in the third, and because of that, boy, the Grizzlies will get an offensive zone draw. Boy, for Kansas City, you probably would have liked to have just lofted it towards the Utah line, maybe kept Barczewski in there, but found a way to not get the icing called. Damian Giroux will take he's talking at center ice. He's out there with Jimmy Mazza. It looks like Drew's going to take the face-off against Utah's Mick Messner. With the offensive zone draw, I would guess that maybe Barczewski's out for an extra attacker. Draw one by the Grizzlies as they get towards the right side, and the puck back to neutral ice. Dashke will skate towards the Utah line. He'll feed it to his left. Wood will zip it around the boards. Kansas City cuts it off on the right side. There's 1:08 left in the third period. Puck goes deep into the Grizzly zone. Barczewski's out. No icing on the play. Dashke runs it down along the near wall. He'll skate around his empty net. Less than a minute left. Kansas City leads 2-1. Dashke will push it to his right. Grizzlies get it back across. Messner towards the left side. Kansas City takes it away. As Low Height tries to overpower his way through Dashke. Jones in the area. Jones gets the puck off Utah's backboard. He gets pushed towards the left corner. As Jones gets spun around. Now new tries. Kansas City fires towards the empty net. It goes wide. Dashke might have gotten a stick in the way. 36 seconds left. Dashke leads it towards center ice, left wing for Messner. Messner over the line, pushes towards the middle of the ice. Bouncing puck's taken by Kansas City. 28 seconds left. Dashke keeps it in. It goes past him to neutral ice. And he'll race after it deep in the Grizzlies zone. Dashke to the right corner, boxes out Kansas City. 18 seconds left. Grizzlies get the puck. They're deep in their own zone. 14 seconds left. Turnover. Kansas City. Cotton will move it to his left. Mavericks fire towards the empty net. It's blocked. 8 seconds left as Grizzlies get it. 6 seconds left. Puck at neutral ice. 4 seconds. Grizzlies throw it to the middle of the ice. 2 seconds. Time's running out. Grizzlies fire towards the net, and it's blocked away, and that will do it. Kansas City holds on for a 2-1 victory as they outshot the Grizzlies 11-2 in the third period. The game-winning goal was scored by Zach Trott. He scored the only goal in the third period. And Jake Barczewski played a great game as he stopped 39 of 41. Grizzlies did get a goal from Derek Dashke. But the Mavericks hold on for a victory as Tad O'Had's crew gets their 40th win of the season. Kansas City is now 40, 16, 4-1 on the year. The Grizzlies with the loss, their record falls to 20, 34, 6-2 as they have lost 6 of their last 7 games. Well, good effort by the Grizzlies, certainly defensively. Holding a team like Kansas City to just 2 goals. You hope that most nights it's good enough to win. The Grizzlies just couldn't find a way to get one past Kansas City goaltender Noah West, who now in 3 pro games has a 3-0 record. Tough luck loss for Barczewski, whose record falls to 11, 12, 2-1 on the season. Post-game show starts in 30 seconds. Once again, the final from Cable Dahmer Arena. It's the Kansas City Mavericks 2 and the Utah Grizzlies 1. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Kansas City holds on for the victory as they win 2-1 over the Grizzlies. Well, Utah did score first tonight. Derek Dashke 18-18 into the first, and was really a good play all around. Cooper Jones won a 50-50 puck deep in his own zone, got it ahead to Lebster. Lebster carried the puck from blue line to blue line, got into the offensive zone, skated down the middle of the ice, dropped it off to his right. McMessner took the shot from the right point. Puck bounced off Noah West. And Derek Dashke was in the right place at the right point as Dashke got the rebound and he fired it past the Kansas City goal line as Dashke picked up his 15th goal of the season. McMessner got the main assist. He now has 19 assists on the season, and Reed Lebster picked up his 21st assist of the year. So the Grizzlies took a 1-0 lead late in the first period, 18-18 in. Utah led 1-0 after one period. Kansas City at one point in the first period had a 12-1 edge in the shot count. Grizzlies responded with the last 6 shots of the first period. Late in the second period, Kansas City got on a power play when the score was still 1-0 as Reed Lebster got a high sticking minor 17-17 in. And with 16 seconds left in the power play, it was Nathan Dunkley getting his second of the year. There was a 3-on-3 battle along the near wing wall. Puck went up top to the high slot for Justin McPherson. McPherson kind of on a backhand pass, fed it about 10 feet in front of Utah's net, and it was accepted by Dunkley. And then Dunkley's backhand shot went stick side past Barczewski. And so that's how things were tied up with 59 seconds left in the second period. Dunkley's second of the year. McPherson and Zach Trott picked up the assists. Heading into the third, you kind of had that feeling. You win the period, you win the game. Kansas City, though, buckled down and outshot Utah 11-2 in the third period. Game-winning goal was scored 11-17 into the third with Zach Trott getting his second of the year. Trott contributed to both of Kansas City's goals tonight with 1 goal and 1 assist. Damian Giroux and Jimmy Mazza picked up the assists. Grizzlies in the last few minutes of regulation, boy, they just had a tough time getting the puck in the offensive zone with any sort of momentum. Kansas City did a good job clamping down at neutral ice, really forcing the Grizzlies to work at every opportunity. Grizzlies' last couple minutes of regulation really only had a couple good looks. It looked like Briley Wood had a one-timer that misconnected. Well, Utah didn't have a whole lot of chances there in the third period. Kansas City, nursing the one-goal lead, did a good job clamping down, and they found a way to pick up the 2 standings points. So despite the fact the Grizzlies had what I felt was an outstanding defensive effort, unfortunately for the Grizzlies, it was tough to find a way to get some good scoring chances against a Kansas City unit that has had to filter a lot of new players, although outside of Jake McLaughlin, they've pretty much had their regular defensive unit out there tonight. I've had them recently. It's just one of those games where, both teams battled. As Rasheed Wallace once said, both teams played hard, my man. Both teams played hard. Really, both teams put together a good effort, and I think if you're the Grizzlies, you have to like the way things looked on the defensive side of things. Obviously, Jake Barczewski was outstanding, saving 39 of 41, but just wasn't enough as Kansas City came away with the 2-1 victory in the series opener. Well, the Grizzlies are now 3-5 against Kansas City on the year. Utah has won 3 of the last 5 games against the Mavericks. 3 stars of the game. Third star is Nathan Dunkley. He scored the second period goal. Dunkley ended the night with 1 goal. He was a -1. He also led the Mavericks with 6 shots. He's the third star. Second star is Noah West, the goaltender, who saved 19 of 20. West has now won each of his first 3 starts as a Maverick. And the number 1 star is Zach Trott. He scored a second period assist and a third period game-winning goal, 11-17 into the third, as Trott had the puck at new tries, carried it into the offensive zone, and just kind of got around Kubas Moreno, veered off to the left circle, and fired a quick lefty wrist shot from the left circle past Barczewski for the game winner. So good effort by the Grizzlies. Unfortunately, it wasn't a losing effort. Grizzlies have now lost 6 of their last 7 games. And Utah will just find a way to bounce back on Friday night against Kansas City. Both teams will be off tomorrow. Not sure if either team will get a practice in over at Cable Dahmer Arena. Should be a lot of fun. I imagine some players, despite the loss, will celebrate Vinny Duplessis' birthday, which was today, as Vinny turned 26 years old. For Kansas City, it was their new guys coming up big. Zach Trott in his 7th pro game. Nathan Dunkley in his 4th pro game. Drake Bergeron and Owen Cole, also new to the pro scene. They played well as well. Really, if you're looking at standouts for the Grizzlies, Derek Dashke with the goal. Messner played a pretty strong game. Once again, Reed Lepster stood out for the Grizzlies. I thought Riley Connors did some good things, especially away from the puck. Grizzlies played a physical brand of hockey tonight. Braden Nicolets delivered the big hit on Damian Giroux late in the first period. Luke Manning, even though he didn't get a point for the first time in 6 games, he played strong, had 2 shots. Briley Wood continues to play well. There were 2 Grizzlies players who were a +1 tonight. Garrett Pike and Reed Lepster were each a +1 for the Grizzlies. It's one of those things when you play a team like Kansas City, the Mavericks being in first place, it seemed like the whole season, they're that sort of club. They only need a 1-goal lead, and they always seem to find a way to protect those leads. Kansas City hasn't been a good come-from-behind team this season, but the Mavericks, when leading after 2 periods, obviously the game was tied after 2 periods, but just as an example as to how Kansas City protects leads, the Mavericks, when leading after 1 period this year, are 26-0. When leading after 2 periods, they're 28-1-2. When the game is tied after 2 periods, Kansas City is 8-2. So whether they have a lead or whether they're tied after 2 periods, Kansas City has done a good job in finding a way to win third periods and, in turn, winning hockey games. So we'll see what the Grizzlies can do on Friday night. There's 10 games left in the regular season. There won't be the postseason for the Grizzlies this year. They've got 5 road games left, as well as 5 games at Mavericks Center. And for the Grizzlies, hopefully, we will see some good hockey over the final 10 games of the regular season. Well, that'll about wrap things up. We're hanging out at the Grizz Cave just outside the Grizzlies team store at Mavericks Center. hopefully the audience on YouTube, and we tried to do the best we could to describe the game to the viewing audience, but it can be pretty tough sometimes with these remote feeds. Well, we hope you enjoy the broadcast, if not necessarily the final outcome. Once again, the final score in 2 hours and 23 minutes in front of a crowd of 3,249. It was the Kansas City Mavericks getting 1 goal and 1 assist from Zach Trott, and Noah West picked up his third victory in net. As the Kansas City Mavericks come away with a 2-1 victory, Grizzlies did get a goal from Derek Dashke, who is now second among league defensemen with 15 goals on the year. Mick Messner and Reed Lebster each had an assist, and Jake Barcheski, despite the loss, had some highlight saves, and he kept the Grizzlies in it as he saved 39 of 41. Next broadcast of Grizzlies hockey will be on Friday night. 5:50 pregame show, 6:05 face-off. Note the start time on Saturday in the final game of the Kansas City series. That will be an hour earlier. Face-off will be at 5 o'clock in the Mountain Time Zone, as opposed to tonight and Friday, which begin at 6 o'clock in the Mountain Time Zone. I'm Tyson Whiting. I'm just pursuing my dream. Hopefully someday, somehow, I'll find a way to get to the National Hockey League. Tonight, Kansas City Mavericks came up with a 2-1 victory. Pretty good effort by Ryan Knaswich's crew. We'll see if Utah can even up the best-of-3 series on Friday night. That'll be a ton of fun. I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. You're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network. Good night, everybody.